Let me know if we got audio. How you guys doing, man? What up, what up? Hey, man, can you guys hear me okay? I'm using my webcam today, man. Let me know if I'm coming across okay. Cool. Thanks, man. Woo! What are you here for, man? We're gonna open up a piece of new gear. You guys are gonna check it out. Let me know what you think. Uh, did I go overboard? Or is it a good piece of gear? That's what I'm here to find out, man. I think for what it is and what I got, uh, courtesy of you guys, sponsors, people who donated to this channel, man, and we're going to give them shout outs also here in a few minutes, man. So yeah, man, let's see if we can get a few more people to roll in here, and then we'll get this unboxing on the way, man. Boom. Francis, if you want to pop in, you can do that. I can send you a link. Just let me know if you have time available, or if you even care to. Boom. We'll do that here in a little bit. I don't know how long this is going to last. Half hour, hour. You know, we'll just hang out and talk and see what goes on with it and stuff, man. But I don't do many of these. It's been a while since I've gone out of my format, so I'm just winging it here. So, yeah. Is my audio good? Is it like 5x5? Because I'm just using my webcam. I'm not using my interface right now. Or my cans. So, boom. Let's see who we got in here, man. Nelson Rodriguez, no coverage charge, R2, R3 locking nut. What's up, man? Epiphonium. Electro Omega. Rody's Jam Cave. You guys might be interested in this since you're a full-fledged band. So, yeah, man. Boom. Who else we got? Boomer Bass Meme. What's up, buddy? Andy Dawson from the UK. What's going on? Great Vanzini. The Falcrow. What's going on? What's going on, man? Rick Hefner. All you fine people. Mickey Sedemeyer. William De Silva. Billy Breeze. Darren Danieliuk. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okie doke. Just give me a minute there, Francis, and we'll get on that, man. Lonnie Zamarippa. Preston Smith. What's going on, man? Hang on a second. Let me get a link out to these guys here. Preston and hang on a second. Preston and Francis, if you guys want to come on in, that's cool. Just make sure you're set up right and whatnot. Hang on stuff. Boom. I'll also get myself set up. Uno momento, people. I think you're going to like the piece of gear that I did get. Is it overkill? Maybe, maybe not. But we'll find out, man. Don't be too hard on me, man. Hang on a second. Sorry about the keyboard. Boom. Okie dokie. That was sent out. Francis, Preston, if you want to join, that's cool, man. If not, man, we'll just hang out here and do what the hippie do. So how's everybody doing? We got 24 people in here. That's awesome. Hip slick and cool. Thanks for showing up. Boom. That going. That should work. Boom. Oh, cool. Okie doke. Am I still sounding okay? I didn't wash out or anything. Let me know if I'm coming across 5x5 right now. It'd really help me. Tina, welcome. Guitar Man 45. What's up? What's up? Thank you, Francis. Okay. Come on in here, buddy. Whoops.
Hey.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
Got that messed up. Hang on. Boom. There we go. Boom. Yeah, we'll try that. You're a special guest, man.
All right. So what's this piece of gear?
Oh, man. It's juicy, man. It's a big ticket item, man, for this guy anyway. It's costs as much as that thing, almost. I gotta end that thing down there, that big orange amp down there. So it's up there, man. What are you doing, dude?
I was falling asleep on the sofa.
Oh, you just rushed right over here to check me out, right?
Well, Tina said you were going live. She woke me up. I'm like, oh, okay. Let's check this out, man.
Oh, cool, man. Awesome, man. Preston, you got a link too, bro, if you want to come on in. And then we'll check this piece of gear out. We'll open it together, man. Any guess to what it might be, Francis? Just take a while.
I don't know. A mixer?
Yeah, I think you've been sneaking around the web a little bit, checking Hippie out. Yeah, there's a few crumbs left out there in a few places. If you were able to check those out, man, you pretty much already know what I got. But for those who haven't, yeah, man, it's good stuff, man. Preston, are you going to hang out there in the chat, or are you going to come on in, or what, bro? It's up to you. It's no biggie, though. But I'm not going to be able to type here for a minute or drink my coffee because I got to move my keyboard out of the way. Boom. Sit that up there. Grab this. Don't cut my fingers off. Got to play guitar later.
All right. Cool.
Boom.
Man, that's a big box.
Let's inspect the box. Where's that at? Got that ding there. So that was the only damage that I seen on the box. Okay. But let me get this camera set up.
It's so weird seeing, because I'm watching it on YouTube and in the stream, man, and then like the stream is actually a little delayed. Like like I hear us live, I hear us, and then I see it on YouTube. It looks delayed.
Yeah, it is about 6-7 seconds.
Yeah.
So now you can see how long it actually takes for. I'm sure you already know, but
Yeah.
You can see how long it does take for this audio here on StreamYard to get to actual YouTube. Let's crack this puppy open, see what we got.
You better be behaving, Billy.
Yeah, we had to take out some trash last night, right?
Oh man, yeah.
It's nuts. That crew is just stupid.
Yeah, I blocked them all from my channel too.
Yeah, there's a few more, man. Hey, man, why did you block me last night? I came back and found out I couldn't get on your shit. I'm like, well, I think you already got that part figured out, why you got blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Some people just don't get it. Now, the good thing about this piece of gear here is, as you know, when you buy online, certain stores, Sweetwater ain't one of them, they do offer you a return, but they won't pay for the shipping on certain items and stuff, and you got to put all that back. But when you buy from American Music Supply, you have a 45-day return window. Doesn't really matter. I mean, if you're not satisfied with the piece of gear, it's not working the way you want it to, this and that, you can return it for a full refund and stuff like that. So I get most of my stuff from American Music Supply.
That's cool, man.
I think I'm actually opening it up from the bottom. Yes, I am. Okay. Yes, I am.
Come on, guys, give us some thumbs up, man. 36 watching, 26 thumbs up.
Yeah. Bet you that didn't sound good over the.
No, it didn't.
It's Christmas time. I'm a little kid just
Yeah.
whipping shit out, man.
Oh, it's the task cam you were talking about. Yeah, yeah.
Oh shit, you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
You're
I
a
saw it, man.
you big dummy. You're supposed to let me go. Hey, yeah,
Wow.
that's cool, though, bro. Okay, let me see what's going on.
Very nice.
Get this shit out of the
Man,
way.
that's a pretty big box for that box, man.
Boom.
Sweet. It's a 12-channel mixer?
I think it's 10, but they have two auxiliary something that makes it 12. Two stereo outputs, I think.
Okay. Very
So this
cool.
is what it is, man.
Nice. Sweet.
Tascam Model 12. Now it's an interface, so I can connect right to the web. I don't know if I have to find a DAW or download a DAW to make it function with it so I can go live on a podcast. What are these guys saying over here? Hippie has gone big. Can you read off some of them comments?
What's Tina saying? No, Francis. Rick.
She sees you,
Gone
she
big.
sees you bothering over it. She sees you drooling, man.
Oh, that's what she means. No, Francis. No, I got my
Yeah.
mixer. I'm fine. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I need one of those. That's John Landino.
Awesome. Now, this is new from Tascam. It's a new product. They had the 16 and the 24 channel Gobbies, but they made this for the portable musician. Let me see if any of this.
Jack Flash says that his first Tascam unboxing was in 1983.
Yeah.
It was a 4-track Porta Studio. Cool, man.
Does he still have it, and is it good gear?
I don't know. Jack, do you still have that mixer? Tascam is very good. It's well-known brand. It's very good, yeah, for sure.
Now, even if I can't really do this for podcasting and stuff, it gives me the opportunity to make music. I can do it with this one over here, the small one, but it doesn't have really any software. This will work with any software that's on the market, supposedly. Like your GarageBands, Cubase, what other ones are out there that you know of?
Well, I use Reaper.
Reaper.
Basically.
Yeah, and then there's another one, Logic. It works with all that stuff. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's Bluetooth. It's Bluetooth. You can put your phone into it and all that other stuff. Okay.
Jack Flash says there's a picture of it on Dogpaw's channel. There's a picture of his original mixer on Dogpaw's channel.
Comes with the book. I'm not sure what that. I'm not sure what this one is. This one here goes to your PC.
The other one's a USB?
Yeah, that's for C to. This one here is C to 2.0 into your PC. The small one goes in the back of the mixer, and then the other one goes into your PC, so you can connect them up and go live, I guess. Then of course it's got a 1-inch thick manual. And then it has all the. I'm going to have to get a couple extra XLRs. I have 2 here, but I need to get another one. So, let's see if I can get this out. It came pretty well packed in the box, as you can see with the foam and stuff, so it doesn't look like any of that was damaged. The main box wasn't damaged to the Tascam. Whether or not it got kicked around in shipping is another thing, obviously. But this is the actual size of the board.
Cool. That's a good size board, though. Yeah, that's a pretty good size board. You got some EQ on there, I guess, and stuff.
Yeah, it's got 3-band EQs on each channel, So we're all good there. I think you can run up to 8 microphones out of it at once.
Cool.
You can have two people simultaneously doing that. It has the actual how was I gonna say? Let me get this out of here first.
So Epiphonium was saying, reading the manual now. Epiphonium, after we do the unboxing, we're going to take about 3 hours, and we'll be reading the manual to whoever wants to stick around to listen to it.
Yeah. You might do an episode of me goofing around, plugging it in. I might see if I can get the Tone King to come over and join me and maybe show me how everything should work. Let me get you guys a good look at this. Boom.
It's pretty cool, man. Can you?
Now, you can see. I mean, look at. I mean, I'm a pretty big dude, so you can tell how big this is. It's well over a foot wide and at least 16 to 18. Yeah, what's good? Got my tape measure here.
Are you able to zoom in more to see the actual board? Like it's a little hard to see.
Yeah, I'll move it up.
Yeah,
cool. It's 13 and a half wide by 14 and a quarter long. Yeah.
You got sliders for each one. That's pretty cool, man. It's a nice. Oh, very cool, man. What's that on top? The green. Do you have effects built into there too?
Yeah, bro.
Very cool.
Let's see if I can get this. Boom.
Oh yeah, man. Very nice. That's a very nice mixer.
Yeah, it's got. You can go live. You can set it up for just studio, PC, when you're going live, all that stuff.
So you can, in essence, you can use this as your interface. You don't need an interface. You just use your mixer straight in, man, to your computer.
You could, but I think you have to use some type of DAW if you do it that way. But it also has an interface. That's what I got to check out.
Well, so. a DAW is when you're recording stuff, but the an interface, like instead of a Scarlett, you don't need it, because if that does the job of the interface, then you wouldn't need like a Scarlett or something. Basically, that's pretty cool, man. It looks like it's pretty solidly built, man.
Yeah, it's probably coming in at 4 or 5 pounds at least.
Cool.
But it's got a over here, right here where my finger's at wiggling.
Mm-hmm.
This is the control pad and stuff. That's where you can set all your parameters for it, get your firmware downloads and set them up that way. Cool. And then you got over here, this is where the SD card goes. I think it takes up the 512 gigabyte card, so you can record mega stuff on it and stuff. And each channel is individual. You can see that these last two channels operate as two channels, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Okay.
Stuff like that. Those are stereo. And then and these two quarter-inch, what are they for? Phones and stuff. These are the two phone outs for so this is where my headphones go and stuff. And then or I can plug them into the back.
I think what Great Vanzini's saying is that you can record audio too. So I think you can record straight in there. You might even be able to record without the use of a DAW.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
That's very cool.
Then you just plug in your interface, and then you can transfer it to your phones. You can see that little see that input where it says output and input. That's for the phone.
Okay. Yeah. You got. Okay, so you can use quarter-inch or XLR on.
Yeah, but you see those two you see where it says output and input.
Output and input. Yeah. Okay.
The white little blocks up there. Well, that white block is a cell phone. That's where you plug in your cell phone.
Okay.
You can transfer files. So like when you and Ian and Moon are doing some stuff, you can send that to your phone, and if you have the ability to go international with your phone, you send them guys the files and stuff and whatnot, and get it right over to jolly old England. I mean,
That's pretty cool.
boom. Let me check this out here. Boom. So, what do you think, guys? What do these guys think over there? Yeah.
I think
Dwight Bailey's in the house. What's up, buddy? What's going on? So, I don't know if this is overkill for me. Uh, I think it's a lot better option than this is what I actually use when I go online. So you can see what I'm dealing with here.
oh, okay. Okay.
Plug
That's
this here. And this is what I use, the Tascam Mini Studio 42 to get across. So when you hear me talking in stupid voices, that's these little pads here. Has two inputs on there, and then on the back it has your, you could put monitor speakers on here, all that other stuff, and it's powered up by the USB to the PC. You can put your tablet in here, monitors there, power on and off, and so it's pretty simple. Lewis the Tone King actually gifted me this.
That's very cool, man.
Yeah, so it's right at the time it was like maybe a $200 mixer, $180, or not a mixer, but a little podcast unit and stuff. And then I was talking to him. I don't know when you seen me on the show over there when I was on his show the other week as a guest. In the background, we were talking. I said, Lewis, I need to step up my game because I want to learn to record my guitar, make music, have the ability to do that. He said, well, you can do that with what I got.
Yeah.
He said, it won't be as fancy or as well done as this will do. And I said, well, what do you use, man? He said, well, he showed me his board. He's got the big Steam, you know. So he's got everything in his studio plugged in the back of this. But you can also use any kind of MIDI controller, plug it into this. And like my Zoom G5N, I can plug that into there, run effects through this, and record it into my whatever DAW I got, and stuff like that. So any effects I have externally that I can plug into this can go into my DAW, just like any other normal stuff does.
Cool.
But yeah, it's got the two MIDIs right here. So if I have like a piano or something I want to add to this, add into the mix, or if I have my MIDI controller on my G5N, I can actually plug that into that. So yeah, sure. Could probably put more light on if I wanted to.
You got a lot of options there, that's for sure. I mean, it might it might be overkill for what you need, but let's put it this way: with that, you'll never need anything else. So
that's what I was thinking. That's 10 years down the road, I'm good, man. So that's what I was thinking. I'm just like, in the next year or so, if I get halfway decent at what it is I'm trying to do with guitar, I might be able to use this piece of gear the way it was meant to. But let me check this. Let's check this out. I'm going to share this here. And, yeah. Hey, did that audio come across scrambled in chat? Guys in chat, let me know if that sounded okay, because I had my mute off and Preston came in. I want to make sure that we're still good with our audio.
Hey Preston, how you doing, man?
I hear some echo, but I don't know if that's coming from your cans.
It was probably from my. I fixed it all now. Should be good.
Okay.
Epiphonium says yes, scrambled. Rody's Jam Cave says scrambled. Mark Tanner sounded crappy. Mr. Rock a little bit clipping.
How about now?
No, I think they were talking about the video.
Yeah, I think the video they
Oh,
were
I
talking
see.
about, yeah. Was a little bit warbly on the video, but the voice is fine. That's what Boomer says. Awesome piece of gear.
Hey, Rick.
Push choppy here. Yeah.
Hey, G-Man. Interesting device.
Yeah, pretty cool. Almost there, and they're saying, yeah, I was still clipping and cutting out a little bit. I think when you play the video, we have to mute ourselves, kind of like when I'm with the other people. Sometimes we mute ourselves when we're playing the video to make sure that the audio quality is a little bit better.
I got no audio in the room. It's all in my headset now.
Are you there, Jeff? I hear you, Preston. I don't hear Jeff. 222, Jeff.
222. Pew pew pew.
Pew pew.
Yeah, I'll kick you out of the room. You gotta
Oh man.
I don't know. Well, yeah, we didn't set up anything. Yeah, whenever I go to play a video and stuff, I just you guys just need to mute up.
Yeah.
So they get, and I don't know if it's because I'm not using my cans or my interface right now, so that might have something to do with it. So, okay, let me close that. Let me come over here. Boom. There we go. Yeah, I don't know, guys, man. Overkill or not, but
Never.
let me try something. That should work.
Oof.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Everybody talk. Just go ahead and talk. I want to see if I can hear your echoes.
Hello.
Testing,
Testing. One.
I
Echo.
don't hear echo.
2.
Yeah, you're good, man. I think it might just be one of us were unmuted. Do you guys have your YouTubes muted?
Yep. Oh, I closed
Yeah,
it.
no,
I'm just
YouTube is
using
muted.
this now.
Okay, cool.
Except the chat window.
So what do you guys think of this mixer? I mean, what's your actual honest opinion? Would you get, now this is a new unit from
I'd use
S-Cam.
it, but I haven't really gotten a chance to dive in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as what I do, what I want to do in the future and stuff, do you think this is a piece of good gear or what?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's a lot. Yeah, you'll be able to add to it as you go along.
It's a pretty good piece of gear. Is it a bit of overkill? It depends what you want to do, you know. Like I mean,
Yeah.
I use a mixer when I stream, and the reason is because like see, like I have my guitar plugged into my mixer right now. Like if I play my guitar, you can hear it. See, like my guitar's plugged in, so like I can have things patched in all at the same time and do multiple things at the same time. So if I mean. With the mixer, you can basically do that too. Like, for example, if you had a bunch of people over and you were jamming, you can plug everything into the mixer and you could do kind of like a live show straight into the mixer, you know?
I like the look of it.
Yeah. Well, they're supposed to be up on the electronics and stuff and all that other happy horse pucky. It's got, let me see here. Let me see if I can share the spec page for this here.
I was just about to pull up the manual for myself.
Yeah. Boom. This is the deal right here, man.
How do you power that though? Is it powered with the USB plug or do you have a separate plug for that?
That's what I was thinking. Where the hell is it? It says it comes with a power brick. I did not see that. Oh, there it is.
I saw somebody just joking in the chat there saying that it's going to go through a lot of batteries with that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's a 15 volt. Works on a 15 volt and has a
It's straight into the wall. Okay. Coming to Alaska now to track. Coming to Alaska to track now. Okay, I think people are really liking it, man. You got Jack Flash saying that he's going to come to Alaska to lay some tracks down on there. And we got Mark Tanner saying the plug goes straight into the wall. Yeah, that's right. Okay, cool, man. So it's a separate power source.
separate power source. And then
Looks like a standard 19 volt computer supply.
It's got your Euro cord, which I don't need. It's actually got two. It's got 2 Euro cords that I don't need. 2 different types.
Something
One's
for that
got-
box of cables that everybody's got that nobody needs.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is USB straight into. This comes out of the back of the, and it also has a screw on there, so you can screw it in, so it's not going to pop out and stuff. Your power supply, so this will screw into the back of it. Plug it in, and straight into the wall wart and all that other happy horse stuff.
Okay, the Hitman is asking a very important question here. The Hitman is asking if you can still do the Smurf voice with that, and that's the important thing, man.
Yeah, I mentioned that in chat earlier.
Maybe. I
Mitch
think with
Heyman
this,
has access to an app you can put into OBS software like StreamYards. That'll do that for you.
yeah. So I think I can download stuff and then either use my phone during a podcast, hit a button, or I can load it onto this card and put it into the system somewhere as effects, and then just designate a certain button to be the actual. Hey, you motherfucker.
Don't worry, Dwight.
Almost got it, man.
Jeff will figure it out, man. We gotta have that voice. That's not a problem, man.
Yeah.
That's a heavy duty piece.
We'll get it all together, buddy.
Oh man.
Yeah, we'll get it all together, man. Eventually, yeah. Let's see if we can scroll through some of this stuff.
I was thinking that too, Mark, actually.
What's
Mark
that?
saying that you'll be able to
Well,
patch
that
into
you can
effects?
put your device into that mixer. And then you can still get your
Oh,
just
that's
your
true.
touch buttons sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to figure all that stuff out, man. So
Mhm.
anybody that in the next weeks or so that I'm hooking this up and getting used to it, talking to Tascam, maybe the Tone King, how he hooks all his stuff up, because he runs his whole studio through this mixer and stuff. I mean, he has
Yep.
his own standalone stuff when he podcasts and all that other stuff. But when he's running things like different
That's what I got.
soundboards,
One mixer does it all.
Mm.
It's my my one ring.
Yeah.
My precious.
So what all do you have running into your stuff? I mean, your mixer, what do you have actually running into it?
I have an 8-channel mixer, but I wish I had a 12. So, but I'm only using 4. The thing is, the last 2 are paired left and right, so that counts as 6. And then I have another stereo input, 2 more stereo inputs without the XLRs.
Yeah.
So that counts as 8. But I like the XLRs. I often have a occasional person over to sing, which is cool. But I have my guitar, my amp, my guitar, and 2 mics are in it all the time, and my bass. So that's 4 used up all the time. My computer uses a stereo input, so I can hear it. And so there's 1 left or 2 left that I don't use.
Can one of you guys read the Tascam Model 12 features there?
It
Can you
says,
see them?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see him.
you want to do it in your broadcasting voice, Preston?
Hold on. Let me. I probably could. I can't see them that well. Hold on.
Okay, hold on a second. I see them here. Hold on. It
Well,
says,
Andy was asking if the sliders are motorized. I don't think so, Andy. No.
So it says great sounding, easy to use 12-track multi-track recording solution. Boasts a classic analog mixer style design that's both intuitive and immediate. You got 60 millimeter faders provide precise control, familiar EQ and aux controls for tweaking your tracks, generous complement of I/O, including 8 high-grade mic preamps. So you got preamps on 8 of them. That's cool, man. Internal recording to SD card, 24-bit, 48 kilohertz resolution. So you can record straight in there. You don't even need a DAW probably with that. Flexible routing and onboard effects. So you got effects built in. You'll probably be able to do a voice straight with that then. Built-in 12 in, 10 out audio interface for easy DAW integration. DAW and transport control, lightweight yet rugged design. So the way I'm reading this is you'll be able to, if you're using a DAW to do your recording, you can probably link it to your DAW and you'll be able to automatically control the features in your DAW with your mixer, basically, is what I'm understanding. So
Now, how does that equate to podcasting? I mean, you know what I do.
well, you
Okay.
don't for podcasting, you don't need to go into a DAW. You can just use your mixer straight in.
Which it can do.
Yeah.
So this can do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it has an internal clock, so it'll match your camera.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was worrying about. There's one Tascam video where it shows you how to sync up your audio, but I think that's in recording.
I
So
know. I
when you-
spent like 20 minutes setting up my sync rates for 2 different microphones. One was getting an echo.
Okay.
I had to go and change it by milliseconds, and then record, check it, and then delete it, and then do it again, and then check it, and then do it again. It took a while.
Yeah. Now, here are some of the other options I was looking at. The Zoom L8. What else? The 12 channel. I wasn't even looking at these, but these are just suggestions. And then I was looking at this thing here, which nobody really has, is the Rode Podcaster Pro and stuff. But this gives you all the particulars about what has what, and what doesn't have what compared to the other and stuff like that. Then I was looking at mics as far as podcasting mics go. I'm not ever going to do a lot of singing or anything like that, but I'm looking at the NT1 from Rode as a podcast mic and stuff like that. So, boom. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not even going to play that video. Let me see something. Can you guys mute up again for me? I want
Yeah,
to check
sure.
something. See what's going on here. Okay. Let's try the Logic Pro. Okay. I think. Okay. Boom. Hang on. This is a little out of my wheelhouse this at the moment right now. I'm going to mute myself and stuff too. Guys over there in the chat, let me know if this is washing out and stuff now that I got my interface on. You guys can let me know what's going on.
Welcome to the Tascam Model 12. In this video, we will show the basic instructions on setting up the Model 12 as a control surface for your digital audio workstation. This video is specifically for Logic. If you don't have Logic, see the other videos for your particular DAW. Connect the Model 12 USB cable to your computer. Model 12 uses a USB-C connector. Some modern computers will also have a USB-C connector. This computer we are using today has a USB-A connector, so the cable we need is this common USB-C to USB-A cable. Make sure the cable supports USB 2 or higher. Next, put the input mode switch on PC or in the middle position of the Model 12 for channels 1 and 2. You can set the other channels however you choose. The first thing to do is download the Model Mixer Setting Panel software from Tascam.com. This is found on the Downloads tab on the individual Model 12 product page. Go ahead and install the Model Mixer Setting Panel software. Now it's time to put Model 12 into DAW controller mode. Press the menu button. The multi-jog knob uses a turn and push method. Once you highlight a function, you can then push the knob to select it. Turn the multi-jog knob until you get to the DAW controller. Push the multi-jog knob to select DAW controller. Model 12 has presets for the most popular DAWs, so highlight Mackie Logic and press the multi-jog knob to select it. The Model 12 will ask you if you are sure and want to start the controller mode. Press the far right button directly under the display or yes. Model 12 is now in controller mode and its faders and most of its knobs are disabled to the internal Model 12 functions. Tascam cannot provide customer support for your software program, computer, or computer configuration. Here are the settings on this computer, which is a MacBook Pro using Logic Pro X. The first thing we need to do is set up the Model 12 as the audio interface for Logic. We click on the upper left here, Logic Pro X, go down to Preferences, and we can go directly to Audio. Here we have the output device and the input device. We click, we choose Model 12. Logic automatically choose Model 12 as the input device. If not, you can click that and select Model 12. Now we need to set up the Model 12 as the control surface. So there's a control surface icon here. Let's click that. Pops up. We then choose MIDI controllers, setup in the lower right, and on the upper left of the pop-up window, new. So we're going to choose install because we need to install a protocol for the controller. And there are several selections here. The Model 12 uses the Mackie control protocol. And we need now to tell Logic to use the Mackie control protocol from the Model 12 so the Model 12 can be a control surface. So we choose Mackie control and hit add. And that's done. And then finally, the last thing we need to do is we need to take the input port here and select that. And we will choose model 12. And the output port, we will select model 12. Close that, and we're done. Now that we have that set up, you can see that the faders are live. The pan pots work. The master volume works fine. The transport control, let's hit play. Let's hit stop. Let's fast forward. Stop. Rewind. Stop. And even the scroll dial on the Model 12 scrolls through the file. The default is to control tracks 1 through 8 on your DAW. This screen is the marker set screen. This is where you can set markers on your DAW by pressing the set button underneath the display while the file plays. To control tracks 9 through 16, press the menu button on the Model 12. The Model 12 will display track. Then press the arrow to the right button under the display, and DAW tracks 9 through 16 are controlled. To control tracks 17 through 24, press the display arrow to the right again underneath the display. Now tracks 17 through 24 are controlled. To go back to tracks 9 through 16, or 1 through 8, press the display button to the left over and over, and tracks 9 through 16, or 1 through 8 are then controlled.
Boom. What do you guys think, man? Sound like a piece of gear you'd want or what?
It's a really nice piece of gear. For me, it's too complicated.
What?
Too many menus, man. The menu stuff for me. I mean, it seems simple, but I mean, I know I probably would get messed up with all the setting up and everything. Once you get it figured out, it'll be good though, for sure, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That would
saying.
help my boredom.
What's that?
That would help my boredom.
Your boredom.
I dive right into that.
Andy, good night, buddy. Thanks for stopping in, man. All you guys, man. Hey, can one of you guys do a roll call and let me just announce who's actually in the chat, man? Shout them out if you want.
What we got? I saw the distance pop in here. G-Man. Mark, yeah. Russ. How you doing? Boomer's leaving. Bye. Sleep well. Dog paw, how you doing, man? Cakewalk is actually pretty cool. I don't use it. I use Reaper.
So, are you guys using FreeDOS or what, man?
I like free. Reaper's a good one to cut your teeth on. Yeah, because it's full. It's a full DAW Reaper, but it's free.
Yeah, you don't have different versions that you want this feature, you pay for this. You want this,
Yeah,
you pay for
there's
that.
no bloatware in it.
Yeah,
there's.
I paid for my license though because.
Oh yeah.
If you don't pay for a license, you get a pop-up ad. But if you pay the license for personal use or whatever, it's like
$50.
$60 or something like that. That's it, So.
Is that lifetime or year to year?
Well, it is kind of lifetime because you don't have to pay more. But what that entitles you to is you're entitled from one full version of updates. So if right now they're at 6 point something, you'd be entitled from 6 point something to 7 point wherever they're at now. After that, you wouldn't get the updates unless you pay a new license, but your version will still function, so that's not a problem there.
Yeah, I've used mine over and over again. I don't know. I think I've reloaded it more than 1,000 times for free, but I haven't recorded anything, or I would buy it.
Yeah.
So do you just uninstall it, and then when there's a new version, you just reinstall the new version?
No, they let you use it for free uninterrupted. It's just you can't legally record anything.
what happens is
And
you get
publicize it.
yeah. Well, you get it like a nasty pop up when you open
Yeah.
up it. Once you're past the trial period, you get a pop up saying you've been using it for 1,000 days
Yeah.
without a license, and then
You
it's
have
just
to
to
wait a few
remind you.
seconds for the program to start. It just says
Yeah.
the countdown timer goes. Do you want
So
to buy it?
In you
And then-
guys' opinion, just your opinion,
Mhm.
not even with use, this exclude using whatever it is you're using. What is the best in your opinion? That even if you're using it, that's cool. If you're not, that's cool. What in your, even if you have to pay a nominal small fee, what is the best free DAW out there for anybody that may be looking to get into doing what I'm doing, trying to learn the guitar? What's best, what's free, what works, even excluding whatever it is you guys got. What do you think is the best free DAW out there?
I
think it's Reaper.
I stick by Reaper because I was using other DAWs and I was considering buying other DAWs, and I came to Reaper because my brother-in-law, who's a sound engineer, or my ex-brother-in-law who's a sound engineer, was using it, and basically you can do anything with it. It's an open source program. If you're good at programming, you can program it to work with other stuff, but you can do anything 10 different ways. So it's really good. I mean, the thing is that there's no what's best. It's about which workflow works best for you. But what's nice about Reaper is you can do the same thing 10 different ways. So you can create Reaper and to your needs. So a lot of people are going to say Logic Pro is the best, like Jack Flash, and a lot of the pros use
Well, you
Logic
get
Pro.
what you pay for.
Yeah, but I mean, I
Well,
think
I'm talking more often for the novice.
For us, I still go
Almost
for Reaper.
novice.
Reaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's like I've used other ones, and I've switched from those to Reaper, and like even Sean the bassist, he had Studio One from Personas, and he paid a lot of money for that, but he ended up switching to Reaper too because it's easy to use. It's universal. You can do it. It's got it all. You don't have to pay more for extra things. I mean, if you get Reaper, but you get you can buy plugins if you want different plugins to get different sounds and stuff. That's
All
another story.
VSTs work. That's why people like it. It's a
Yeah.
VST platform, so you don't have to buy a whole bunch of stuff to get it to function. You can just buy the one thing you need and then add
Okay,
that
now,
thing later.
Here's another thing. I'm not totally satisfied with the tone I get out of my Black Star here. It rocks. It does what it wants to do.
Excuse me.
It has an emulated speaker out. I think it has a MIDI control in the back where I can do stuff with it. And I can program that to do whatever it is I want. It has a foot controller. It has software with it. But what I want to do is I know I can import tones from Black Star and get any kind of rock and roll tone I get. But what I'm looking at is what is something like Ola England using to get that massive board or massive amount of tone that's going on, and the way the different amounts of tones that he gets. What is he buying packs of stuff? Does he have like a special board that accepts all these things? Is there a special program that accepts all these things? Because what I want to get into with this mixer is tone city. I want to get into tone heaven. So this thing doesn't give me everything I want in its raw form. I always have to add something to enhance it. So I need a program or something to get myself
For
massive
your
tone.
guitar, you might want some sort of simple modeler. That would
Yeah.
go right into the mixer, like I do.
That's what I'm using too. That's why, like, you can hear my guitar right now. I'm plugged into my Headrush gig board, which is just plugged into a stereo channel in my
Well,
mixer.
would
basically.
my G5N work with that? My Zoom G5N?
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely, man.
So
Absolutely.
that's modeler, right?
I don't know. Do you have amp models in there? I know there's effects in there. If you have can you emulate amps in that pedal board?
I don't know if I can emulate or import other ones from external sources, but I need something. I need to find. That's what I was asking. What does Ola use, and what is the quickest way to get in to tone heaven? What's the quickest way to get the
Because
tone head?
you don't even need pedal boards or stuff. You can just buy a VST. Like you can buy a Amplitube or something. Like
Yeah,
that's what Ian uses. And like straight in your DAW, you have Amplitube. You can pick the amp you want. You can make patches straight in with the software. And there's other
So I can make a
softwares too.
plethora of tones, right?
Well, straight into the computer using software. Like I mean, it doesn't matter the DAW you're using. If you're using Reaper or whatever you're using, if you buy VSTs, this is like secondary software packs basically that run with the recording software.
The DAW or OBS.
Yeah, that's right. And you can call up, like for example, I bought Easy Drummer, okay, which is a VST pack, but for drums, so that I can program my drums. So I can actually, when I go into my DAW, I just call up like a virtual instrument.
Right,
I pull out the drum kit, and I can program it how I want. I can tweak the snare drum. I can tweak the bass drum. I can change different drum kits and program different MIDI. So same thing with guitars. If you get a VST like Amplitube or whatever, you can pick. You have like the orange amps in there, and the Fender amps, and the Marshall amps, and the Bogners, and whatever. You pick your amp.
Yeah, how do I
and you
get
tweak your
that?
sound.
How do I get that?
It's a software. It's all software.
Just go to their website and buy it.
You buy it off their webpage.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
basically, yeah, that's it.
Yep. That's all
So
there is.
say I decide to buy Logic Pro just for shits and giggles, just to have the tone, not to. I'm sure I'll eventually learn how to record on it, but I just want to plug my guitar into my mixer and have ungodly tones sitting right there with a click. How do I do that?
Well, what I do, let's see if I can show that.
Okay, multimedia.
Do it here.
Jack Flash, does
Bias effects.
Pro Logic come with like amp software or VSTs?
There
in
are
it?
other things that can load VSTs that
Mhm.
will run through the computer, so you don't have to use a DAW.
That's true.
And that would be things like Nully's Arch Type. I have one too. Contact Complete Control by Native Access. I think that's it. They make Get Good drums, but it'll load any VST that you buy into it without you needing to operate a whole bunch of software, because it'll just operate separately.
Okay. VST. What does VST
The
stand for?
VST is the software package that
But
processes
is
the
like
sound.
virtual
Yep.
what?
I don't remember what the S means.
Yeah, I don't know what the acronym stands for, but it's basically it's
Virtual
it's,
sound thing.
yeah.
Jay Steen's
Yeah,
talking
okay.
about bias
Vice
effects.
effects. That's another
Voice
one.
effects is my favorite.
Yeah.
That's what I use when I use my iPad. Right into the mixer.
Okay, so see, Jack Flash says that Logic comes with many amp models, so you do have it built in there too. So yeah, so
What's the cost on that, Jack? What's the cost on
It's
this
one of the
stuff?
more expensive ones. I
That's
think.
right, Mark. That's the one I like. I use it for my drum stuff.
Yeah.
Virtual software instrument. Yeah, I think you're right. The distance. I think.
Oh
that's
yeah.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how you intend on plugging your guitar directly into the mixer, but you would still need a guitar interface of some kind to support the sound. Unless
Yeah.
your interface
The
has
interface might be. Yeah.
unless this has a high Z. A high Z input is for an instrument, and it might. I don't know. Let me check the. Let me check your specs here.
Yeah, Matt. If you would like to, bro, you can come on. If you want, I'll send you a link, or Francis can send you a link. Because I know you guys are like master loopers and stuff like that, and you use a lot of that stuff in your daily recording regimens. So if you would like to come on the show, if you have a webcam set up or something like that, I'd be glad
Okay.
to have you on.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's right. See, there's a lot of other technology. You see, like Neural DSP, that's right. They just came out with a hardware, but they do have a software version of it. There's a lot of different ones.
There's 6 ways from Sunday to get what you
Yeah.
want. And there's so many prices. I mean, you could go all pro or you could go all free.
Yeah.
But expect what you pay for is,
See, like
got something.
what I like, Jeff, what I do, and it might give a little bit less changing after you've recorded. I go through my modeler, my headrush gigboard, and I tweak my sounds here because I don't have to go through menus. Like, I mean, I
Thanks,
have my
Velcro.
I got my touch screen here, and I set up my sound here, and I go straight into recording. The thing is, though, is that the recorded sound is what it is. So if I put my chorus effect or my reverb, I can't tweak it after the fact. If you're using software in your DAW, you can add or remove your effects. So like if you say, oh man, I got too much chorus there, I want to bring it down, you can pop it out. Or if you say, oh, I want to add some reverb, I want to remove some reverb, or, you have more flexibility if you're using it in the software. So like, I mean, a lot of it is it's a game of software. If you get the right software, you can get a ton of tone, man, just from the software. Which means, in essence, your amps and stuff. I'm not even using my amp anymore. I don't use amps. I'm using everything, through my modeler right now, or using parts of software. Basically, that's basically what it is right now.
Distance, no worries, Matt. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to, I don't know. Well, Tuesday Tech Talk is usually something that I do, or that I have done. Preston's joined me for a couple hours on this when I first started those.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I think my longest podcast at the time was probably with Preston, like 4 hours or something like that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Marshall's saying use Reaper and their amazing VST Restream to do exactly what you want. See, Marshall's a big fan of Reaper. He uses Reaper also, and I mean, listen to the quality of what he's putting out with Reaper. I mean, he does an amazing job with it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Marshall, if you want to come on, bro, if you have a webcam or something like that, we can get you on here. Because I'd rather, not that you guys don't know what you're talking about, but you guys are talking over my head. And the more information I can get about what it is I need to do.
I think it's because I know what I'm talking about, but I'm not a good teacher for it, man, to bring it easy. Because when I started, I guess you got to bring it down to the level. I mean, you're starting from scratch, and like we know what we're talking about, so we understand each other. Like if I'm talking, Preston knows what I'm talking about, and I know what he's talking about. But when you're starting from scratch, it's
you got to start
like
with the signal path. So you
Yeah.
got the guitar. The next step is, well, you got the cable. Then the next step is, there we are. But we're not at VSTs. So it's the cable to the computer, which you got the mixer, and then the sound from that and the software. But yeah, it's hard not to be overwhelmed by it. But you just got to go one step at a time. Start with, hey, can I hear my guitar and is it clean? And that's about it. And then add.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not illiterate when it comes to this stuff at all, but as far as using it, and once I get in, I'm pretty intuitive about how things work. If somebody says, click this, do this, why do I need to do that? I'll ask a question. They'll tell me. I'll say, okay, I got it. It's already logged in there.
Do you want me to send a link to Marshall?
Yeah, Marshall, go ahead, man.
I'll send it to Marshall.
Marshall, do you want to?
Yeah,
Okay.
he said yes. He said yes. Marshall, I'm going to forward you to your email, man. Just check your email.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, because I want to, as far as the electronics in the signal path, TK told me that 1 mega ohm or something like that is guitar friendly or something like that, or 1 megahertz or something like that is guitar friendly. That's what you need to get a good signal path from your interface to your PC and not drop out or fizz out or phase out or go through any kind of variance, man. 1 megabyte or 1 megahertz, I forget what it is.
It's a hertz value.
Yeah. So he was saying, and the Podcast Pro didn't have that. It had 0.6. And he said, well, this one's what you needed for the
That's why line ins are more powerful than a guitar input.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what's the guitar input?
A guitar is as much voltage as a regular magnet can put out, right?
Boom.
A regular
Oh.
device,
Hey,
steel
Marshall.
with copper, would be probably no more than 5 volts.
Let's get Marshall in here audio wise. Go ahead and speak, Marshall. Might have to use a set of cans if you have them. Boom.
Yeah, mine's actually labeled instrument, high Z input.
So if you screw up, it's
for you know, in case it's a good thing I can read.
yeah. Good, chime in there, Marshall. Let's see if we can get you without the echo. If you have YouTube on, you have to mute that. Just slide the volume all the way to the left.
Yeah, I've got a lot of echo. Oh, and my pancreas is telling me to eat something. I think.
Yeah. Having echo just means you have something on in the background that needs to be shut down.
Do I need to turn the YouTube live stream off?
No, just mute it. You just mute
Yeah,
it if
okay.
the volume's on. Yeah.
You
You
can
turn the volume. Turn the volume down. Yeah.
There we go.
In
Okay.
this-
Boom. 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 You all right?
in the mic settings might be an echo cancellation. You can also check that.
Go ahead and
Yeah.
talk now. Just
I'm
go ahead.
speaking. They're just seeing a big long delay. Let's see. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
If you
Make
need
sure
to
you're
eat
watching
something,
yourself through your StreamYards and just
Yeah,
let-
I'm just watching StreamYard here now. So that seems to be working just fine.
Okay, you're all right. You got no echo. No?
Yep.
it's good.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Cool.
I'm not 100% certain. I would love to be able to take these headphones off, and I think I can do that.
You're not echoing the main man right now.
Okay.
Go ahead and speak to him. You guys speak to him. Let him know.
Hello.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
hear it fine.
You guys
Yeah.
sound great. I'm hoping I'm sounding okay.
Yeah, you're
fine.
fine.
Yeah, no
Okay.
echo. How's everybody over in the chat? Here, us four. Is anybody washing out or not? So give us a one if we're all sounding good. Rock and roll.
Okay, so I missed what the unboxing was, and I'm assuming it was a mixing console that you've installed. But I don't want to. I kind of walked in a little bit late, so I'm catching up on what you got going.
It's got a
Tascam 12, model 12.
Okay. Okay. And that's a digital mixing interface. I'm gonna move my camera so that I'm looking at you and you're looking at me a little more. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. With regard to that, my setup at home when I do live streams on YouTube, which isn't terribly often because I'm a male and I don't get any response. I don't have breasts, so I can't get that, feedback. But
you're cute. You're cute. I'll give you that.
I'm working on it, man. But I can't gain a
I got my moves right here.
Yeah. Right. And I'm not doing all the Bob streams, but nonetheless,
Yeah.
when I've done streams on YouTube, I'm able to use OBS. That's my streaming platform, and I'm able to send my DAW, which is right here. It's on right now. I was tracking tonight for a collab that I'm doing with several people, but I'm able to send that straight to YouTube and have the bitchin' guitar tone that I use. It's weird looking left-handed. I wish I could reverse it. And have the Neural DSP guitar plugins go straight to YouTube. And I have the tone that I have in my recording studio through my headphones directly onto YouTube. And I've done it, and it works amazing. So if you're looking for a way to incorporate your guitar tone into a YouTube stream, restream inside of Reaper allows me to do that without, and through OBS.
I was using Restream in OBS for my stuff.
Yeah. So
no, I heard all this stuff, and I'd probably want to use it and whatnot. But for what I do as far as sharing videos and stuff, now I know what you guys are talking about because I use OBS and played my guitar through it before with Preston.
right.
And StreamYard, we tried it, and it worked out okay. And I've done it that way, but it was a way back in the day.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just want to, I know this thing can do exactly what you just said with the right setup and me learning how to use it. I just need to really just learn the basics of let's get it working.
Oh,
Let's get it running.
tweet,
Yeah.
tweet.
The infamous learning curve.
Yeah.
That is the Dane of a lot of. That is
Go
the
make
Dane
yourself a
of
peanut
a
butter
lot
and
of-
jelly
If
sandwich.
you got to
bro.
eat, Marshall, go grab something, man. We'll still be here, man. But
Okay.
take care of that, man.
Wow.
Go get your famous PB&J, man. I seen that chat the other night. I was like, okay.
I actually ate a bunch of carb just a few minutes ago, but my blood glucose is staying low. So I just got that taken care of. Give me a second.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, Jeff, it is a bit of a learning curve, but you know what? I mean, because you got to do it to understand it. Because as you're doing it step by step, you're gonna say, well, okay, what am I missing? What do I have to do now? And you know, once you get to it, it's really not that. It's not. It looks like a mountain, but once you start doing it and you slowly get to understanding it, it's really not as bad as it looks. You know, it's you just got to throw yourself in it and try it, man. That's what you got to do, basically.
Yeah, I'm a fast learner, man, but I'm just like, when it comes to new equipment, especially advanced stuff like this that I haven't used, this is plug and play. I mean, this is idiot proof. Plug it in, plug in your microphone, boom,
Sweet.
plug it in, get power to the PC. Hey, there it is. It was that simple. This is going to take a little work, so I can do it, but I'm just, you know.
Well, that Black Star amp sitting behind you, I'm guessing has a DI out.
Yeah.
A fairly modern amp. Plug that into channel 2.
Plug that right into channel 2. Yeah, for sure. Exactly.
And your guitar tone, even during your live stream while you're doing the Metalhead Hippie show, you'll have your guitar, whatever tone your amp is creating, you'll hear that. Now, you know,
Might have to fiddle with the cabinet tones, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that the Black
Now,
Star.
does that mean I don't have to mic this up?
Yeah.
Probably don't.
It's
Straight
just going
line
right through the
out
mixer into the PC.
into your mixer, man. Yeah, that's
So
right.
I'm not going to be talking and having my speakers blasting the backside of my skull.
No.
Because that's the way I tried to do it before, and it didn't work out that way good.
This is a good old fashioned tube amplifier,
Yeah.
which I use on a lot of my recordings, and
I
that
love
little
that thing.
XLR,
Using camera.
Hugh and Cat. Yeah.
Hughes and Kettner was way ahead of the game. They beat everybody to this punch, and that is this little knob right here.
Yeah.
I can literally turn the speaker cabinet off, not have this plugged into a speaker cabinet, and stream this tone live on YouTube with no sound in my room whatsoever, period. Done. I have a 6505 amp sitting here that has the exact same setup on it, where you can turn the cab simulation, or you can turn the cabinet off in the room, and you have guitar tone at that point. And the beauty of this, oh my God, it's dusty. The beauty of this is that
Hang on a second, Mike.
tubes.
Chris or Francis, can you pull up my Blackstar TVP 260? Blackstar
260? Hold on.
TVP 260.
That's the model that you have.
Yeah, and then see if you can find a picture of the back of it.
Right.
Maybe discontinue, but see if you can pull up a picture of the back of the amp. So go ahead, Marshall.
Okay. You know, and this is just one way to do it where you're not using software. what the tone that you get is what you get. And I'll tell you what, I've been gigging with this amplifier. Literally, I've played shows in front of 5,000 people with this amplifier and no speaker cabinet on stage. The demand was 0 stage volume. And this thing absolutely crushes. It's 18 watts if it's running through a head or through a cabinet at the most. But that's just this amplifier. But
I use a 20. They're pretty loud.
They're amazing. And the only thing I've ever done to it is put new tubes in it because I wore them out.
What came with it? What's in it now? What came with it and what's in it now?
They were Chinese, which 12AX7s, there's two 12AX7s and two EL84s. Sorry. And two EL84s and two. And I really love that tone. If you like a Vox amp, EL84s, welcome to that world. You know,
This will pull 84s and 34s out of it.
Okay. You can switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it says TVP. It's supposed to stand for True Valve Power. So basically, it's a 60-watt amplifier, 212. It has 6 amp emulations.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's all you needed right there.
Yeah. The output
It should have a line out.
Yeah, the output out of the DI out.
What's that say, Preston? I can't see it from over here.
See here,
Go from the power plug over and tell us what it is.
this is your main input. You got your speaker output. You got your MIDI in, your foot switch, your MP3 line in. This is basically what you'd be using, your emulated output, because you probably have a cabinet simulation on your amp, so you'd be using this going straight into your mixer, basically. Or if you had I think your mixer is good to use as an interface. So you go from here into your line 2, basically, and go into your computer, and that's it, man. You get all your sounds out of your amp, basically, from this.
So that
would be a TRS cable going from that into channel 2 on your board, and basically you've got a speaker cabinet, an amp with a speaker cabinet mic'd up. Boom, channel 2. Just set your gain right. So usually it's 0.
Is that a standard 1/4-inch guitar cable I'm putting in there, or is that a speaker cable?
I am guessing that it's a TRS cable, meaning it looks like a 1/4-inch guitar cable, but it's got a tip ring and a sleeve.
Yeah.
It's basically like this.
So if I wanted to do that, I need to order a TRS cable.
It's no big deal. It's just like this, because this is what I use for my my expression pedal into my head rush. It's just this. It's like a it's got the tip and the ring on there, basically. So
it's equal to a mic cable. It's just in a 1/4-inch form.
Yeah, that's it.
Stereo cable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called a TRS cable, Jeff.
Yeah.
And, that would be, and I'm guessing that, I don't know how readily you could get a cable that would reach from that Black Star to your mixing console. It might be 15 feet long or so. You could run that country mile and you lose nothing. It's a mic cable.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And line out always has a bit of voltage, so it'd be fine.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So that would be a great way. And you would get the tones that you can get out of the Black Star. You don't have the vast world at that point of VST plugins.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about any of that.
I can pull up my Black Star software while I'm online doing all that stuff, playing guitar like you were just saying. And then I can just, if I have a library of tone, could they be like my VSTs or whatever you guys were saying?
Yeah, you can switch between them. Yeah, those are your patches, right? So if you can switch them on
patches, people, this thing can get a major wide variety of tone.
Oh,
can I pull it out of the amp? No, I'd have to rely on people that are making awesome patches, people that are guitar players that know just right where to tweak the tone to get it with whatever they are. But once it's emulated, it's emulated. It doesn't matter what kind of pickups I have.
I've been paid money to create modeled systems. It's good. They're like, I don't want to touch that thing. I'll pay you for it. I'm like, okay.
So you just make
buttons for them, and then they give me money, and I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think what you have there now, does that amplifier on the front of it, does it have a USB output on the front of it, Jeff?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it does.
That's right. The distance.
Right here.
Yeah.
Right.
Right here.
You can always put pedals.
It's like
in
a
front of
5.
your
It's like a
amp.
5-pin. It's like a 5-pin plug that
It's
goes
square
to
shape.
USB 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it has the little indents at the bottom, so it kind of looks like a.
Looks
Yeah,
like
that's
Yeah.
no, that's too big.
okay.
Yeah, it's just.
I'm not familiar with Black Star stuff. I owned a Black Star amp several years back and got rid of it. It just the stages went quiet at that point.
Mini
I bought
USB.
the amp and we had to be quiet. Playing heavy metal. Like, really? But
This is just home use stuff. And then I got my. I have a CR120C orange down here, 212. So I like loud stuff. So it's like. And then I have my wireless system. I used to go out on my porch and just
That is a
cranked it up.
Okay. There's some people saying that it's a DIN. The distance is saying it's a DIN, and then you got Greg Manzini says 5-pin sounds like MIDI. Mark Tanner saying that it's MIDI to USB. Marshall, I think that's what.
No, it's a
that's what Mark
5-pin.
Tanner saying.
It's a 5-pin male connector. It's that's what they call the actual thing because it has 5 pins in it. Not like a MIDI pin, but it has the connecting.
Yeah, they're straight.
Yeah.
the DIN. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's 5 conducting pins in there that slide into that, and that's what connects. So they call it a 5-pin USB adapter. And it's almost like a C or something like that. I think it might be
smaller.
a B.
Is it? Well,
It's smaller.
that-
So
yeah.
I'm thinking mini. A little.
Yeah,
one.
it's a mini USB 5-pin.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
see, what I was thinking is that you're running your computer at the same time as you're doing your broadcast. And
Yeah.
if your Black Star amplifier is hooked up to your computer via USB out of that front port, you would have a window open on your screen that would be the controls. You could turn the mid frequencies up from the computer and not have to turn around and touch your amp for that matter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It
exactly.
would ultimately be a software interface. But I'm not familiar. If someone is familiar with that Black Star amp that he owns and knows if they've done something like that.
Yeah, it is an interface. It does go through that. Or I can even hook up the foot switch and just sit here and do it with my foot switch while I'm
No
playing
cat sleeping.
with presets and stuff. But yeah, that will go. This will
Yeah, there's a
go.
MIDI on the back.
I have a 20-foot cord for this, so I used to have my stuff way over there, or I had my amp sitting over here. But then I used to, Preston may remember, but I used to broadcast from across the room over there, and all my music stuff was against this wall. I shifted all that, and now I watch TV here instead of off that wall. But my main wall has a 60-inch screen over there on the wall, and that's what I used to watch YouTube with and broadcast from. And everything you see right here was coming
Hey,
this
Gary.
way. I was facing that way to broadcast everything. But when I made my podcast and I wanted to put stuff on the walls as a backdrop and stuff like that to make things look hip, slick, and cool, I had to face the wall so I could do it this way. Otherwise, I would get green screen.
Did you paint that wall behind you?
No. That's just a backdrop tapestry I got off Amazon. Yeah. I stapled it right to my wall. I got log walls because I live in a cabin, so I got log walls. So putting staples in the wall doesn't bother me at all.
Okay.
So I just like stretched it, stapled it, click, 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 boom, stretched it, click, 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 boom. Bam, got a studio set up.
Nice.
And I can change it out if I want. And then I had to put holes in it to hang my guitars and stuff. So what I did is to hang my guitars in the right position, I left the screws that were there in the wall to the hangers. So when I hung up my tapestry, all I had to do was take the razor blade and cut over the screws, boom, and let the screws pop out of the tapestry. And then I just held it down real carefully so it didn't stretch or wrinkle up and make it look all stupid and stuff.
Right. Oh,
No, I don't think we're going to do 6 hours, man. We might go
I-
2 hours, maybe.
I
most.
think the
So-
doc boss is saying to just plug it in, man. He says that just plug it in. I think we've been telling him instrument input. He wants to make sure you got it. I don't know.
yeah,
What?
you need.
Yeah, the mic.
You could
Right.
probably run an instrument cable between the digital or the emulated output out of the back of that. You could probably run a
Yeah.
guitar cable. It would probably work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use a
You
speaker
might-
cable.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that you would get signal out of it. It wouldn't be necessarily the right thing to do, but it would
Well,
work.
yeah, if I come out of the front, I can plug that right into my. If I come out of the front and not the other one out of the back, which is emulated speaker out, and I put that into my interface, yeah, that would work that way because I can do
Yeah.
the same thing right here with this.
The
But
front
I'm
of
still
that-
going to hear. I'm still going to hear the sound coming from my amp.
right.
Do
Yeah.
you
Right.
have a headphone out on the amp?
That's
That's the only
because
thing this
what
one
there's
doesn't have.
there's a trick basically that some people do if you have a headphone out to mute your amp is you just take one of these, plug it into the headphone out, and then you won't have the sound coming out of your speaker, man.
Yeah, no, I don't have. This doesn't have a
No
speaker
headphone.
out. That's the only thing I wished it would have had. If it would have had that, this would have been like the ultimate amp for me.
Okay.
But it doesn't. And using the emulated out. See, I never figured out what the emulated out was for or the software because I wasn't there yet, even as a guitar player. Or
You should be able to use that emulated out and be able to turn down the front of your amp to any volume you want. And then you
Yeah.
can control your out with your mixer.
yeah,
That would be in front of you.
And I will tell you this, that when you plug an amplifier into a mixing console, a direct out of a guitar amplifier, 99.9% of the time, you have to pad that signal going in because they are hot.
That is correct, Gary.
They will, so, you'll clip that input gain stage of the channel. So you want to, if you have a pad function on each channel, some mixers do. I don't know what that one does.
Speaker wire will have a lot more resistance.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the manual for that.
A guitar cable would be fine for it.
Yep.
It's not going to have a lot of voltage. It's not a speaker line.
Yeah,
It doesn't need to take a giant load.
that's probably got a pad and a low cut or a high pass filter on it.
Yep, probably.
Jeff, do one of those buttons say pad?
where would I be looking for it?
The two buttons right below the gain controls on that.
Or low cut.
Yeah, it says low cut and instrument. It says 1 point.
There you go. So
Yeah,
I
they
think-
all have instrument inputs.
yeah, that's if you tell it's an instrument or a microphone. But
Yeah,
usually,
it goes from line to PC to meter, MTR, whatever meter. So yeah,
I don't think I'll ever use that.
probably
Jeff,
not.
Jeff,
Right.
just a question for you. What's that model of Zoom multi effects you have? I want to check to see if you have amp emulation on there.
G5N.
G5N. Okay, let me check it out.
Yeah, to get the sounds with this microphone, you could put that on the insert.
Hey, anybody want to buy a G5N? Because I bought it for 300. I think I got it on sale for 250, and it's now like 325 to buy it. But I use it like not at all hardly.
never.
I believe the first two lines on that mixer have inserts. Those are stereo inserts
Oh, man.
for all the fun stuff. Oh yeah, okay.
And that one's got a USB out.
That would do everything.
Yeah.
You read what it says on it.
Those are fun. They're not the same though. I think your amp is probably better.
And Jeff, I would also, everybody. I type it all the time in our show and your shows, but the Neural PSP guitar amp simulators,
Amazing.
dude, I cannot believe. And I bought a pod back in the day, and I still own it. It's still here. It still works. The neural DSP stuff, if you could get that going and have that going into your live stream, if you wanted to play guitar live.
This or
Right
something
now,
else?
no, the neural DSP stuff, Jeff. That
Okay.
stuff is unbeatable. I have not heard anything at all like that. It is. I wish. I know a lot of people that have it because I, said, hey, try the Nolly, try the Cali. I own 4 of them, and if you're a bass player, the dark glass plug-in,
Oh yeah.
I wish I had a dark glass pedal.
Yeah. And I don't use it for the super high gain stuff that a lot of guys are, chugga and the gent thing. If you've watched any of my videos, that's what you've heard.
Why, thank you.
Between stoner rock and metal is where I'd like to be. Maybe like a D standard or a C standard tuning with fuzz pedals.
Right.
So I want to be down low and I want to sound dirty and ugly, but I want it to be clear and sound awesome. But I can't get that tone with this. I don't know how to get that tone. I'm a total, I don't know if I'm a tone idiot or I'm not tone deaf, but I know that what I'm getting and what I want, I'm just not there, and I can't figure out a way to get the actual tone I want. And I don't know if it's because I'm buying the wrong gear, I'm just too much of a noob to figure it out, or I don't have enough buddies around me that are into what I'm into with guitar and gear and stuff, because all I got is you guys for that.
My biggest fight with sound is getting what I hear to be what you hear. And it's never going to, that is the big thing. Because I'm not.
I figure if I like it, you'll like it. If you don't, you're just not into what I'm into.
What I mean is the sound I hear in my group is the thing I want to replicate for others, and that's really hard to do.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm talking about. Yeah,
there's going to be some concessions.
Jeff, your Zoom does have amp emulation, and you can also download software straight into your computer, so you probably can run it as a VST, I think, too, from there.
Yeah.
So you'd be able to use even just your multi-effects board straight into your mixer, and basically you won't have the problem of having the sound of your Black Star.
That's how I use. That's how I use.
Here's what I understand with that you just said is that I can take my G5N and plug it into my mixer, into my PC, all that stuff. I don't have to have any specific software, or do I?
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay,
exactly like I'm set up. Look, if I show you, Jeff, let me just take my camera here. Look, see, I got my guitar plugged in right now, and I'm going into my gig board. Okay, so your Zoom would be the equivalent of this, basically. Okay, and you'd have your emulation in there. Now I got the outs of this going into my mixer. Okay, so that way I can have a left and right. I could have gone straight into my sound card, which your mixer can be used as a sound card. Mine cannot. Okay, it's because I got my microphone and I got my stereo signal going. So you'd go out from your pedal board, from your Zoom or whatever, into your mixer, and your mixer out. In your case, I think you could plug USB straight into your computer.
Yeah.
In my case, I'm going to my interface. I'm just going to my interface over here, which is just a cakewalk interface, basically, going into my computer. But your mixer is also an interface, so you don't need an interface. I think you can just go from your mixer straight to your computer, and it does the same job as what I have here with the mixer and my interface. So if you plug your multi effects in there, you don't need anything. You don't need to use any of the software. I like to use the hardware. I mean, what Marshall's talking about, Neural DSP, they also make a hardware version of it, which I was considering getting. But I mean, with the hardware version, you don't have to worry about all the software and the programming and this and that. You just look. I got my touch screen here, basically. If I want to swap my effects around, I can just swap my effects around. You know, it's like it's easy. So I mean, you can do basically just you can use your Zoom for now. I mean, you have it, so you don't need to. You can fool around with it to learn how to use it. If you want to improve the sound quality by going with
it's Quentin James,
neural DSP or whatever, you can always upgrade your modeler, You know, some people like to use the line 6 or whatever, but it depends on. For me, it's not necessarily because you can get good tones out of all of them. I think
All those
there are some better than
16
others,
reach,
but
right?
it's mainly the workflow. What's easy for you? What do you like to use? Like for me, I like the touchscreen on the head rush. It's so easy for me to use. I don't like to scroll through little menus like on the line 6. So for me, that's
Here's
why
what
I
I
go with
want.
this.
Here's what I want, Francis. Turn the power on. Turn the power on. Turn the power on. Turn the knob up. Whack. And then I want to be able to go, I don't like that. Click. Let me try
Yeah.
that. Whack.
Yeah.
Don't like that. Well, let me try
Hey.
that and that.
The
Whack.
best way to
problem
go
with
is the best way to go is to go from you go from a modeler to your mixer, and you can just control it from your modeler. Right now you have the line 6. You can fool around with it to test, and if ever you want to upgrade your modeler to like a head rusher, the best on the market right now, and it just came out the hardware, is the Neural DSP. There's a wait to get one right now.
Quad Cortex. That
Yeah,
is
the Quad Cortex is amazing.
called the quad. They're $1,800.
Now, see,
Literally.
that's a little excessive for me. I mean, you
Well-
guys, I mean, both of you guys are guitar players. Me,
I'm not
just learning to play.
I won't buy one.
No, I'm not
I'm-
buying one either. I'm happy with my head rush. I mean, it's a lot less
Right.
expensive. My head rush cost me 800. The gig board here
Yeah,
that I have
that's what I'm
cost me
saying. I couldn't
800
justify
Canadian, which for in US is probably like, I don't know, 600, 600, you know, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what do you got there? You're showing us, Preston? Oh, you're just
Yeah.
using the software. Okay, yeah,
But-
maybe to explain to Jeff what it is. Yeah.
I can plug these.
Leo's Nux. He's playing with
There
Leo's
my
Nux.
head. Yeah,
He's touching Leo's Nux.
into the This is my interface. Technically, that's the interface. How I connect my guitar to a device.
That's an iRig?
That's the iRig. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So the amp out goes to here. Okay. High Z inputs on. This one has one high Z for this line. And that's it. And you guys hear that. If I turned it on, though, you'd hear yourselves. Because it's not, my computer is also in here.
Yeah.
So everything sums down. If I want to play along to music, I just do that. Here's my computer.
No, Preston, you use OBS and Streamlabs and stuff like that a lot.
Yeah.
What have you done as far as trying to integrate it into StreamYards? I mean, you obviously have StreamYards, so have you ever tried to do any live casting in StreamYards to find out how if
Not
there's
with
some-
StreamYards, just OBS.
Yeah.
What I did with StreamYards didn't last for very long. I kind of got to, it just was weird. I didn't like it very much. So I went straight for the free OBS.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because it has all the same things, I downloaded a few features, as it were. Like VSTs can be ported into the sound settings of OBS. So I can directly load VSTs to there. I didn't need to, well, other than a couple, like Restream, which
Now,
allows
how do you integrate a pedal board into a mixer?
this pedal board. I have a microphone on the amp. Otherwise, you need an interface of some kind, and it would go into there. Your interface is this.
Yeah, your mixer
Can I
is your
take my
interface.
guitar in and then my guitar out signal that comes from the end of my pedal board at the end of the chain? Can I plug that in?
Say you make your sound the way you want in your guitar, and you got it exactly the way you need with your headset. Then you can plug it right into that, right? And then we'll hear it.
You can go through your pedal board, but if you come out of your pedal board, you need something with amp emulation, like one of these things here.
Does that pedal board not do stuff like amp cabinets?
My board?
Yeah.
Well,
No, that's
are you
just
talking-
loose
talking-
pedals. What I want to
No,
be
the
able to do,
the Zoom. I mean.
No, because he's got another pedal board, I think. What he's talking about is just like individual pedals. If you want to come out of your individual pedals, then you need a pedal that emulates like a speaker emulation, kind of like this, like the simplifier, basically. You know?
put at the end of my pedal board chain or what?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. The other
Because-
thing is, like the Black Star or anything, you could put your pedal board into the Black Star as you have,
Yeah.
and then it's still going to get your pedal board and your pedals through the Black Star.
That's
But I have
true,
to
too.
come out. I have to come out of the back of the
Same
amp.
back, yeah, same spot, same all as all. Yeah, I can run my pedal board into the front of this. The only reason I don't is because I have grounding issues with my house, so I get it every time I plug into this.
Yeah, we got Vince Janella in the house. What's up, Vince?
So honestly,
Before you make
like I mean, we're
it.
showing you many different ways of doing it, but it's basically you can skin a cat 10 different ways, Jeff.
Yeah.
And don't and I didn't mean that in a mean way there. I know you like cats there, guys, but but
You didn't wake her up. She ain't coming.
yeah. But Jeff, don't get overwhelmed by it, because the thing is like we're showing you many different ways.
No,
you
I'm
don't
not.
have to. You don't have to. You know, it's whichever way you want to do it, because any of those ways work, and you
Hi,
would.
Vince.
What you have, you could accomplish the same thing about 3 different ways with the different things you have. You don't need anything extra. It's
Right.
if you want a certain sound, but you got more than enough there
Hey,
to
Epiphonium.
to be very dangerous,
Rock.
like with your equipment, man. You can rock, man. You got no issues with the equipment you got, man.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to simplify. I mean, if I could get away from, guys,
Very
you obviously seen the outside of my cabin. I live in a 20 by 16 cabin. I got a limited space. If I can eliminate this and my amp and get them the hell out of here and get room and just go. I have a little desk over here, say this big. I got my mixer. I got my VSTs or whatever you guys are talking about right there. Touch it. Boom, boom, boom. Wang, wang. Touch it. Boom, boom, boom. Wang, wang. Get out. That's what I want to do, man. I want to be, I want to streamline it.
That's exactly what you can do, man. I mean, you saw my setup. It doesn't take much room on my table. You saw Preston's doesn't take much room. And like what what Marshall's doing, he does it a couple of ways. He either uses his VSTs in the computer, or he's using the little head of the amp and going straight in there. So, I mean, it doesn't take much room. You can do it that way. You can get rid of your amps and either go...
Yeah, I don't want to
Zoom
make my ears bleed for life
Yeah.
because I'm going all through my headphones. I mean, I
Heavy
actually...
metal.
Yeah, I actually want my amps. You know what I mean?
I take
Yeah.
one into this guitar cable and plug it into my audio interface. Boom. I plug the other end into my guitar. I double click on Archetype Nolly, and in
Smells a little
4
funky.
seconds,
Golden Blazer.
I sound like me.
Blueser.
And I have no amplifiers on, and it just sounds epic.
That's
and I can
what-
tweak the amp.
what-
It looks like a real amp. I wish I could. I should probably share my screen.
Well, what live? That's what I mean. What live speaker sound are you using? I mean, are you using speakers?
JBL monitors. I don't have real expensive monitors, but it's a JBL 5. It's a 5-inch driver and a little horn, and I'm sitting about 3 feet away from them. And you want to talk about epically loud? I can't hear anymore. I'm playing through 100-watt JCM 800 fucking amps. Excuse the French. Amps for decades. I don't do that anymore. I don't need it because the tone that I get, I can literally grab the master volume on one of these amplifiers and bean it up to 11. And in my headphones, it's a very comfortable volume, but I hit a note on my guitar and it'll get feedback and it's just a comfortable. I live in an apartment. Guess how many complaints I get? And you've heard the tunes that I put out. They're not mild country.
Yeah, they're full.
So on that subject, you asked me what I was listening to it through, and I'm listening to you through these speakers right now, and it's not echoing in here, and I can hear you
MIDI
guys.
controller.
Well, and these are cheap. They're $149 a piece.
I was looking at the Yamaha 5s, man. What do you think of Yamahas?
I'm a JBL fan. I've been using them for decades. So, I'm a diabetic. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's my take on that. You won't know. It's like asking, will this pickup sound better in my guitar?
Yeah, until you try it.
We won't know until we put it in there. because it'll sound different in my guitar. So
That's right.
the speakers that you buy, unless you go into a guitar shop and demo them, you won't know.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Great, Vanzini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hear a lot of good stuff about Yamaha.
I heard KRK Rockets.
Yeah. And I have a buddy that has the KRK stuff. He's got a 10-inch sub and two, I believe, 8-inch mains in a room that's smaller than this.
Good price for them.
Yeah, there's a point where you've overdone it. There is no need for that. Because these speakers aren't designed to be loud, to blow up the neighborhood. What they are is close field monitors. They're close to your face.
Yeah, I just want true tone that's not going to, because this thing, when I crank it, dude, I hear so many sonic things that twist my eardrums like, that hurts.
Right.
You know what I mean?
In fact, Jeff, I am supposed to wear hearing aids because of all of the loud volume I've experienced over the years of playing loud rock.
Fan here.
Drummers bashing cymbals in my ear and playing through a bass with dual rec cranked. It's fun. It sounds killer, but so that part of it. But you get a good set, and the Yamahas, I would use them. I'm not going to say anything bad about them. I don't know. Does anybody use Yamaha monitors?
Vince Janella wanted to see what the new toy was. It's a Tascam Model 12 mixer interface, Vince.
Yeah. I don't even use like studio monitors. I use my cans. I got a set of Logitech speakers, and I got my flat response speaker for my Headrush flat response. So like I reference it through multiple speakers when I'm in my mixes.
That's all I
and
ever
stuff.
do.
Yeah.
When I'm here, before COVID, I was here with a few friends, so we'd play music, and it'd be loud. So I wasn't using them for reference.
Yeah.
I have.
I want something
monitors
that's good.
right here, and I've got some sub monitors like monoed throughout the room.
Well, this is what I heard. I mean, I'm just going by what I heard. I mean, as far as what they do, or if you guys never heard of it, the flat response on Yamahas seemed to be better, and that they were saying JBL and KRKs are a little bit bass bottom, and they focus more on the mids, but the mids and the bass response, but they said the Yamahas are more flat in response to how they pick up tone and stuff and how they distribute it. And that's what I was going by. That's what I heard. So I'm just kind of like, what's the best?
You're trying to find the most neutrally balanced one?
Yeah, that, and I like to hear my stuff. I mean, that's why I have this. That's why I have a 212 and not a 112. I like to be able to get a good tone, maybe go over there with my wireless system and just boom, man, just crank it up and make my house rumble. You know what I mean? Or I want to hear that. I want to feel like a damn rock star sometimes, and I'm just like, yeah, crank it. Halfway on this thing makes my ears just like, I got to move away from it. You know what I mean? Because it's that powerful. I got to move away from it.
Yeah, Jeff, I think the answer, you're definitely your answer. If you like to hear it, because I don't like wearing headphones while I'm recording guitar. It's unnatural. You don't get the response of the guitar feeding back from the speaker, that natural stuff that we all love out of a 412 with the Marshall in front of it. So
Pioneer 5s are good, yeah.
Right. So having a set of good reference monitors, whether they be Yamahas or JBLs or Mackeys or Elises or whatever the big high end, you could spend 10 grand on a speaker.
500 max is what I want to spend on anything like that. So
you could get a pair of what I'm running right now for $300. However, I bought mine 6 years ago, and they were.
What would you upgrade to if you were going to get rid of those? What would you upgrade to?
I can't
answer. Your next
that.
step up. What's your next step up if you had the cash on hand right now to go get them? Say $800. What would you upgrade to?
That's a great question.
Just bigger subs, or just a bigger woofer in the eights? Eights instead of
I have
fives?
a pair of wedges behind me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm looking at to do, because like I don't actually have like studio monitors, but I said I have my flat response that I use with my headrush, which is my headrush speaker basically. And basically what
Oh
what I
yeah,
was
that would
planning on
work.
what I was planning on doing is I was planning on getting a second one, because for live I can use it to get stereo if I want,
Stereo.
and for recording I can use it as my studio monitors. So it's basically, and they're really inexpensive, man.
I
They're
like
like,
them because they do all the modeling.
see, it's just this here. You don't see this little speaker there?
What
Yeah.
is it? Smart?
It's a little.
It's a
It's
headrush
a
monitor.
headrush. It's a headrush FR 108. I did a video on it. It's really small. It can be used as
Oh,
a
it's just,
monitor, and
it's
but
just
this
a
is,
speaker or what?
it's just a speaker. It's an 8-inch speaker, man, with a box. It's like a kind of like a wedge, or you can put it on
It's
a
like
pole or whatever.
150 watts or something.
Well,
200.
it's yeah. Well, it's pretty loud. Let's put it this way.
Yeah,
That thing is way too loud for playing
2,000
here.
poser watts.
Well,
Yeah.
and Jeff, a detail about getting the correct speakers for your space is getting the correct size speakers for the space that you're in.
That's true.
Like I'm saying, if I put 8-inch speakers in here versus these 5s right now, sitting where I'm sitting when I'm recording most of the time, 8s are they're too much. And in fact, I'm running 5-inch speakers in here, and JBL says they recommend don't run a sub with them in a space like I have. I don't have a subwoofer in my space, but I do happen to have one of the most powerful subwoofers money can buy in my car, and I mix in here with no sub. I go out and throw that in my car, and the balance, it's as if I don't need a sub to get the bass frequencies to come across in a system with a sub. Again, you're talking about flatline response out of a speaker. I can tell you, when I'm mixing bass in here and I take it out to my car with a subwoofer in it, it's not like the bass is way too loud, and that's mixing with regard to that. So, having the proper size speaker is a really important part. I doubt in your space you need anything more than a 5-inch driver.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what I was thinking. Yeah.
I
want to be able to go loud if I want loud, but I don't want it to go so loud that it's like,
if I, Jeff, if I turn these up, it would piss my neighbors off. The whole house would come down here and let me know.
I have only one neighbor, and he's always pissed off.
Yeah, I'm lucky. My nearest neighbor is like 800 feet away, so I'm good.
I have another neighbor right here, and they're awesome. They're great.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I like my JBL 5s, and they're great. They work for me. If you bought Yamaha 5s, I believe that they would be, they would hold up to your expectations.
Yeah.
Whatever that might be. The other important part about your speakers is where they're positioned in your room for best listening. The way mine are, I literally sat in my chair and measured where the center of my ear is and set the tweeter on these speakers to the center of my ear. What?
Yeah, people do that.
Yeah, that's important.
That's what you do to get your sound
for recording.
Perfect as the manufacturer wants. And Yamaha will tell you to do it maybe a little different. I don't know. But all that stuff is really important.
They'll say the same thing. Positioning is everything. Your head space is me. I'm not so concerned about it. Like I like if I'm having people over, it's noise. It's in the circle, right? It'll cover the whole space. I wouldn't mind some wedges going over there, big ones.
Yeah. And what would well, that's basically stage equipment, right?
Yeah, I would want a PA in my space, but that's not what you need. Yeah,
my PA is over in the next room. I haven't set it up in at least a year.
My desktop speakers is a 20-year-old Altec system that is just still phenomenal after 19, 20 years. They're just the little desktop tower kind of things they have a small pod on the bottom of them, and then they come up real skinny in the center. They have, this and that, and then I have the sub that comes with it. I'm comfortable listening to you guys at night at 50 volume on my stuff when I do a podcast and you guys playing your music. I can listen to that in my house at halfway volume and stuff, and boom, and get a bass response, nice tweet response. So I don't need much more than that. But if I had come across something that's studio quality recorded music that's not going to blister my speakers, I want to be able to crank it and feel it a little bit more. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
Aphophonium and the size of the mixer.
Well, you could get, given what you've got there now, Jeff, you could get, even with your Altec Lansing computer monitors 20 years old,
Yep.
you can run that Blackstar into your mixer and at least have an idea of what you can get out of it.
Yeah.
You know, if
just
you
set them as the default speaker or whatever.
just run them through your computer monitor.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, hook those up to your mixing board directly if you have to, whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, you'd want to be able to run that through your computer and have that audio coming out through your monitors. That's ideal.
Yeah.
Then you can record and do whatever you want if you choose to do that, which I hope you do. I'm waiting for the video.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
you know,
I have the download of what you were doing with the drop D and stuff, but I lost the actual video file that you sent. So if you could send that to me again, both of them, I'd appreciate it.
Cool.
But I have been practicing that and stuff, man.
It's funny because the other night we were talking about the Caius vibe from Gun Roar.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, when I recorded that, I was totally in my mind thinking Caius, just tempo wise and the dirt and all that. Anyway, and I had no idea that you were such a big Caius fan.
Oh hell, Brant Bjork's what set me off on all that stuff, man.
Yeah. Well,
Go Man Chew, all that stuff, man.
Yeah, and Jeff,
I'll be right back.
Sleep, Bong Ripper, all that stuff, man. Sleep and Bong Ripper.
Mute my cam for a minute.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
This is the UK duo. They're saying he promised to play on his 50th show. He just doesn't know it yet.
I probably could, yeah.
Well, when you played on the stream for my birthday.
Yeah, but that washed out like piss. That sounded
I want to ask you: was it your amp being picked up by the microphone that time when you were playing on that stream, or how were you?
Yeah, that's how it was going through. I just picked up my guitar, turned on my amp, and blah blah blah.
And that's why it washed out a bit, and it was compressing basically. But if you were going straight into your if your mixer is good as an interface, so if you're going straight into your mixer like that, you're not going to wash out like that because right now,
I know that's why I bought. That's why I got it, Francis.
Yeah.
I want to be able to. I can't play guitar. I can play Sabbath riffs. What? No,
never did anything, Jeff.
No, that's why I don't play any music on my truck because I can't do anything.
Oh, you can play, man. You can play. You don't give yourself enough credit, man.
Yeah. I can pick up a few riffs and Black Sabbath and all that other stuff, and what else? I can play some Mountain, man. Mountain. What else? I can play that. You know what I mean? And it sounds pretty good. I can play Accepts Balls to the Wall, I can play that.
There's some people saying
I can play Children of the Grave. I can play Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. I could play Iron Man. A few other things.
Oh wait, that's a synthesizer part. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got some
that
people
didn't sound bad to me. I don't know how it sounded over to those guys in the chat. Marshall's going to play a little bit of guitar. Let us know how it comes across over in chat, man. Give us a run if Marshall sounds good.
The thing is, right, something just started making some ruckus.
Yeah, here's some feedback or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. I just clicked on something on this live stream, and I was going to share my screen. Share screen. Okay.
Yeah, share your screen. I'll be able to. If you can't get it to pop up, I'll get it to pop up.
All right. So there's that's my amp. Are you guys seeing that?
Yeah, we're good.
This is just a default. This is the Nolly DSP. What is going on here? Of course, when I go to do this, there's all kinds of racket. But this is the amplifier that I play through most of the time when I'm recording. And again, this is the Nolly VST from Neural DSP. I'm using this amplifier, but when I bought this, it's $159 for this plugin, and this is running through Reaper right at the moment.
Cool.
This plugin also works as standalone, so you could have an icon on your desktop and open it, and you don't have to have your recording software running while playing through this amp. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got this tone, and what you're hearing is not direct. This is just coming out of my speakers in my room. So this isn't going to be, I don't have OBS running. I don't know how to run this into Streamlab. I'm not exactly sure how to do that because I don't use it. Sounds great. Let's change the amplifier. That's a little dry or a little dull. Let's get some mids. Let's make it bright. Now I don't know how well this is coming across.
It sounds
Okay,
like I can hear it.
Okay.
Hang on a
It's
second.
not direct this time, but
Yeah.
This
Hang on
is
a
a
second.
VST. What the distance is saying, this is what a VST is. It's something that works within the program. He's in Reaper, but it's not Reaper. This is a VST program that's working within Reaper. That's what the distance is saying, basically.
Right.
Yeah, what I want to know is how it's sounding over in the chat with us even unmuted. So I want to make sure that go ahead and just play something, and I want the chat to respond with a 1 if Marshall sounds good.
Let me get let's find something with a bunch of wet junk on it.
Chad, how does that sound?
sounds fine, but it's going through his microphone.
Yeah, that's right. It's picking back up in the microphone. So yeah. If he was going through his headphones, it wouldn't pick back up. That's why you kind of hear like an extra reverb, but that's fine. It still sounds good though.
Right. And if I turn, the other thing is,
Good.
if I turn my,
Okay, Vince says.
I couldn't hear anything. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, the power.
Yeah. I'm going to
Sound
turn
like
this.
Nikola Tesla over there.
I feel like I'm wasting time here. But
No, but it explains to him what it is, though. That's
Okay.
it's good.
so this again, we'll go back. This interface, this is the amp. I wish I could get rid of that little tag down here.
Oh, you can move it up. You can move it anywhere, man. Yeah.
Okay. You with this plugin, you get 4 different amplifiers. You can choose that one, generally clean. This one, a little more crunch. This one, a little more crunch. And this one is generally pissed off. This is your Kaya grunge, heavy rock stuff. Okay. You also have the ability to lock the cabinet with the amplifier. You'll notice down here, the cabinet switching every time I switch an amplifier. But if I unlock those, I could use this first amp and that cabinet, which gives you a completely different sound. And a lot of guys believe that with guitar tone, the speaker cabinet is one of the most vital parts of that. I don't know if I believe that, but it definitely changes the way stuff sounds. And when I'm recording, I will change the cabinet to see how that works with the part in a song. And sometimes I like that one best, you know. So this is the amplifier section. Now, beyond that, oh boy, these are the foot pedals. This is the order of your signal chain. You've got all of these foot pedals running into your amplifier, running into an EQ, running into a cab simulator, which is this, and I can move these microphones all around and real recording studio stuff. There are tons of software. There's tons of software out there that does this. Yeah. This one I found to be one of the easiest to navigate. And then beyond the speaker cabinet, you've got your delay and reverb effects.
So what are we talking? What are we talking total cost to what you're running here?
Just the software. Just the software.
Yeah, just I mean, from your guitar to your interface to this program and getting it online. How much is the cost?
That's minimal. I think it's not that bad.
Well, this you can't afford it. In fact,
he's got one of those.
Man, really? I'm on an 18 on 20 audio interface. I think they're $400. And then the software is $159. My computer, I paid $300 to buy RAM memory for it. The rest of it was free because they updated. So, no, you're into it. I mean, literally way less than even $800. I mean, it's cheap, literally.
No, I mean a guy that has everything that I have already. Most guys
VST software is about $150. That's pretty much
most guys have what I have. Okay, right. Most guys have what I have: guitar, amps, all that other stuff, blah blah. But I just upgraded my interface, and I want to get my music online because I got this brand new interface that costs $600. So, what would you recommend a noob with a $600 interface to go out and collect, give them a DAW, suggest a decent DAW or a couple decent DAWs, even buying one if you want, and then what could a starter package for just going online? Forget all the other equipment he has. Just he got a brand new interface. He wants to get his music from his interface and buy some stuff on the PC to function on the PC. Forget all his other gear and just get on PC. What kind of cost is he looking at with a $600 interface? What kind of gizmos and gadgets does he need to download and get to get functioning like he's functioning now with all his equipment outside of the stuff?
Reaper and Neural DSP is $220.
That's it, man. That's all you need. You don't need more than that.
And you'll have literally exactly what you're seeing. You know, you don't like that amp, you click on a different amplifier.
Yeah, because it came with the package.
I mean,
turn the knobs.
Jeff, you hear the results of Marshall's music, man. The sound he gets is killer, man. And it's basically just with this. You don't need more than that, man.
Right.
That's what I want. I want not just for me, but for everybody that's out there who's just like, hey, I upgraded my stuff. What else do I need, man? Because I want to get away from all this cumbersome bullshit that I got behind me and just go digital online. What do I need? What's a noob need? What's good, middle of the road, minimalistic? What does Jeff need to get online now that he's got a super duper interface?
That's it, man. That's what Marshall said, man. If you get something like Reaper and you get something like Neural DSP or whatever, or the neural program, the VST, that's all you need, man. You don't need anything else.
Yeah.
What you need to do is learn how to, like, if you want to like mix your sound and everything, it's taking the time to learn how to use the software. and that's what takes the time. And like, you know, getting your mixes down takes time. I mean, you got to develop your ear basically so that you can hear.
Yeah, I'm not worried about mixing. I'm just worried about playing my guitar through my cans or my monitors. Boom! I just want to be able to do that.
Just what he did there, man.
I'm not ready to make music yet or mix music. I need something to get me my guitar making tone online.
Check this out, Jeff. Right here on you can see my screen.
Yes, we see your desktop. Yeah.
This is my desktop. That's it. I double click on Archetype Nolly, and boom.
You can use it without Reaper. Basically, is what he's showing you.
And if I play my guitar, well, I've got my guitar. I think I had a bad guitar cable going here for some reason. It probably broke the moment I plugged it in tonight. That had to have happened. But with that, I'm so sorry, man. This is not a normal happenstance for me.
Don't worry, Marshall, man. You're doing great, man. You're showing.
I'm really professional, you guys. Whatever.
But you know, with the way technology's advanced, Jeff, you don't need much nowadays, man. It really, you know, it's amazing what you can do with stuff like this.
And literally, okay, so let me start over, Jeff. Check this out. Double click on Archetype Nolly. It opens up. My guitar is plugged into this audio interface that you have, literally.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's an audio interface. No other cables, no pedals. I come home from work, and that's what it takes for me to be able to play guitar. This is a tone that I use for guitar lessons primarily. Just like that, I'm playing guitar. And the total cost for you, given you already have the interface, is $159. I don't, and you have an amplifier sitting in front of you that you can tweak to the cows come home.
Yeah.
And I think in this one I have a gain. I mean, you can make it as clean. You can make this amp sound like a twin reverb, you know.
That sounds pretty sweet, man. I like that. That's a nice sound. See, Jeff, it's what we're all saying, and even like the distance is saying, you're ready to go, man. You don't need anything. I mean, a lot of times when we watch these videos of people showing gear videos and stuff, they're trying to sell us the newest thing and everything. But the thing is, you really don't need much to get everything done. Honestly, all you need to do is just play. I mean, you got everything you need, man.
I just want what's good and what works, man. And whatever, if it's free, that's
better to get it started and it sound like you gotta get it started first.
Well, that's what I mean. This is basically the new start. I mean, yeah, I can do whatever I want to do right now. I can do what you guys are doing right now with what I got, minimalistically.
Building your tone.
Now that I got a $600 interface, that's a mixer and an interface, I can podcast, do this, that, make music once I learn the software and all that other stuff. But for me to be able to come on and turn my mixer on, boom, power up, and just grab the guitar and do what Marshall's doing right there. I want to be able to just like, boom, instead of going over here, plugging this in, reaching over here, tweaking this, tweaking that, and then coming over here doing this. Oh, shit, sounds and doing this. I want to be able to just sit right here, boom, wang, wang, wang.
I think the three of us, Francis and Preston and myself, we can do that when we come home from work.
Yeah.
Play guitar, boom. Within seconds, literally, we're playing guitar, and none of us have a big bunch of speakers necessarily, or that we have to have.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
You know,
my biggest speaker is the one that's on my amp.
I mean, all the stuff. I honestly
never on unless.
I need nothing. I just need what you saw on my desk, because all this shit that I have behind me, the speaker, all those amps, all those pedals and everything, I'm not using them anymore. I'm using my head rush. I mean, this was stuff because
that's what sucks, don't it?
You think you need everything, and you get into gas and everything. I mean, I got thousands of dollars of pedals over here. I got my little Vox amps. I got all kinds of shit. You don't need it. You don't need it all to make music. You know, like, I mean, look, my
I
guitar's
don't
plugged
need it,
in.
but
I
sure
hit
would.
power on my head rush, and my guitar's plugged in. That's it, man. I'm plugged in,
The
man.
link
I
to
got it all
that
there.
amp. Do you
Yeah,
think
eventually I could probably get there right now doing like you guys said with what I got
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. But I just need, it's not so much for just me. I want everybody else to, whoever stumbles across this video, to like, well, do these guys know what the hell they're talking about? Can I get some information out of this?
Yeah.
And can I use whatever it is they're talking about to get myself minimalistically set up and get online and do what you guys are doing? You know what I mean? So I'm asking you guys who are doing it, because I'm not.
Mm.
Well, what do I got to do? What does every noob have to do to get
Yeah.
to where you guys are set up at in your studios and stuff?
I mean, you can get free software for amps and stuff too, but I mean, what Marshall's using is kick-ass, man. I mean, Neural is one of the.
I don't know, dog. I can get a pretty raw sound with even any
What are you using?
any sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sound I was getting out of this is just an amp and my guitar. So
Okay.
it's really just as simple as plugging my guitar into an
Yeah.
amp. Nothing else. No,
Actually, the important thing, Jeff, really, you can do it with any program, any hardware, anything. It's really to take the time to tweak the sound to the sound that you like, you know, because everybody's
get
ear is
that.
different, you know. So
Yeah, I get
mean,
all that. I just want to be able to do it.
You
That's
can.
Yeah.
fine. That's a given, and the learning process is a given. But I just want to be able to do it. I want to be able to have whatever it takes to learn to get to the wherever it is that learning curve.
Yeah.
You're 3/4 of the way there.
Yeah.
Maybe you already. I think technically you can do it right now with that Black Star.
Yeah.
Right. You can
Absolutely.
probably plug in and go
Absolutely.
right now.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy anything right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I like the head rush, and I do like the Line 6 stuff.
You don't need that though. You're good with what you have. Actually, you can if you like.
Well,
if you like,
that's you saying that, but you got it.
I got it.
Why do
because
you
I'm-
got it if I don't need it? Why do you have it if I don't need it?
Because
That's why.
because I don't have
if I
that
had a
Black Star amp
I
behind
wouldn't
me.
be buying this.
If I had that Black Star amp behind me, I wouldn't need this. But I sold my tube amp. I had this big heavy Fender Hot Rod Deluxe. I got a busted back. I don't want to lift those things anymore. So I bought myself a head rush that has all the amps in here. And the reason I like it is because I use third-party impulse responses.
Gary.
And I'm able to get some nice sounds. But you can accomplish this with software. You don't need to have this. That's the whole point. Is that
The idea here is you could set up everything with the Black Star at least to get your bases covered, so you know
to start where you're going exactly.
where you're going from there.
Yeah.
And then
And
You're
you know
saying
what?
using the
While you're
Black Star
still
interface that comes with it.
Pardon?
You're saying use the Black Star online stuff that comes with it just to get it going, right?
You could do that if you want, but technically that operates the Black Star, not
Yeah.
because the Black Star is going to be the thing that makes your sound between your guitar and your mixer.
Or the easy part is like we were saying before. Use your mixer, you plug it to your computer, and you have that running as your interface,
Mhm.
and you take your line out from your amp. And then the thing is you don't have to look at software. You just tweak your amp, and your sound is going into your interface. You're gonna it's you'll get the sound you're getting there, the one you like, easy to tweak with your knobs, and it'll come straight through into there. And you can and if you that's it. You don't need
What
more
you
than
were
that.
saying, I think, though, was then you can still operate your Black Star's computer interface.
Yeah.
It won't. It won't.
The insider,
interrupt
it's
your
called
mixer.
It's called the insider software that comes with
Yeah,
Black Star.
that will
Which means
only affect your.
I have a
Black Star.
virtual amp where I can
And
take
do
my
all the
mouse
things
and
on
tweak
the fly.
everything within that system. Is what you guys are saying.
Yeah, that'll work alongside it. So it's like having a way to tweak your things in front of you.
But if I want to get away from this big bulky amp and my amps and stuff, just
If
to
you're
go
moving away from the amp, then you go to what we were talking about before:
Mhm.
the software, the VSTs, the
Okay.
DAW.
If I were you, honestly, Jeff,
Instrument.
if I were you right now, I would go to neuraldsp.com or whatever and buy the Archetype Nolly plugin.
Start.
The difference between that and your Black Star amp that's sitting behind you is that you turn the knobs on the amplifier with the mouse instead of a knob. That's literally the only difference. Plus, you've got 4 Black Stars versus 1.
Got it.
The other thing about the Neural DSP stuff is you don't have a boatload of plugins and pedals to choose from. You've got 4.
Yeah.
Basically, just buying a
Yeah, it's one
$150.
thing for me to say, oh, look at my bias effects. Well, I got 1,000 things in there.
Right.
To get my thing, I spent months setting it up.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
Mind you, I like that dive. So it's months of fun for me.
See,
but
that's why I've gone with a hardware option, because I used to own Line 6 stuff and like, you know, the old hearts and like the menu diving for me was like, no. When I tried this head rush for me, because I like hardware, I like loose pedals, I like the way this is set up on the touchscreen. This is like an iPad, it's so easy, you know, and it's not, you know, so that's why for me, when I tried this out and saw how easy it was to use to get a good sound quickly, that's why I like this option. But it's not because it's better than the option Preston is using or Marshall's using. It's because for me, it's about the workflow. I like the workflow of this. It's easier for me to get a quick tone that I like. And so it's about how you like to operate. If you have a workflow you prefer, you know, then you go with that workflow that you prefer. You know, like, I mean, because I can accomplish the same thing with my regular pedal board, because I do have, you know, I've gone into my regular pedal board, and some of the first recordings that I've done are done with pedals straight and not software and not my head rush. It was just my regular pedals with an amp pedal at the end of it, and that's it.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, you can do it many different ways. It depends on the workflow you prefer. So if you're a guy that likes software, then I would suggest go with the software version of it. If you're a guy that likes hardware because you want to actually tweak a knob, then go with a hardware version of it. If you're the type of person that likes tweaking a lot, you can go with something like Bias Effects or whatever, which you're going to
bias
spend.
isn't tweakable. It's more like yours. You just buy the pedals and the
Okay,
amps. But if you buy a bias amp, then you can actually rip apart the amp and do all that stuff.
Yeah, so
Different
I mean,
though, because you're porting those in. I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing something different.
Yeah, so
really just simple pedal,
yes.
amp, pedal.
So it's really depending on the workflow that you prefer, because everything that we're using, it's not mine is better than his or his is better than his. It's the workflow you're comfortable using, and it's also the budget you want to spend too. Because I mean, I spent $800 on this head rush, but if I got the Neural software for $150, I can accomplish the same thing, and it cost me $150. You know, I mean, so it depends. But I also got this because not only can I use it for recording, but if I want to go jam with somebody, I grab this, put this in my backpack, and I plug in through a PA system wherever I go, and I'm good. I don't even have to lug my speakers with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Faders out, knobs in.
If I was
kind of the. Go ahead, Marshall. Go ahead.
I was going to say, if I was going to go do a gig right now, my Hughes Kettner and my pedal board would go with me right this second. I've gigged with that. I've swapped pedals out. So that's what I would take to the gig. I'm not taking my laptop and plugging that into a PA system. There's no amplifier. It looks stupid. I want to have an amp on stage with me. That's psychological, whatever you want to call it. But it sounds killer. And I don't care if I'm playing country or metal. I can get it. So with that, I mean, I definitely have the option because I've lived in both worlds for so long, doing live shows and then in the digital recording world since 1995, man. I started.
I love the way tech's going, man.
Yeah.
Really thinking.
So I've just found that the Neural DSP stuff, for me, it's the simplicity of it, Jeff, given that your own opinion of your own playing, you're not going to go down some deep friggin' rabbit hole of Amplitude 5 or Guitar Rig 5.
Guitar, fuzz, amp, speaker.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
You've got a few amps you can choose from, which is way more than anybody needs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got a couple of pedals that you can turn on and off and try, and you don't have a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, what Francis has in that box is probably, I mean, the options for effects I'm guessing there's probably 10 times what
Yeah.
the neural DSP plugin. So ultimately, what I'm saying is the simplicity of it
Yeah.
is, I think it would be a really good idea. And that's coming from, I teach guitar. I think Preston does too. I don't want my student learning to play guitar to be messing around with an amplifier and a bunch of pedals and knobs and
Yeah.
at the same time,
My students are only required to have a guitar. That's it.
And
And the thing is, with the flexibility of the adjustments of it, and the intuitive nature of an amplifier, where you've got knobs that you can see, and when you move them, they respond like a real amplifier. Man. So
It's very responsive.
I don't work for Neural DSP. Them dudes should be paying me.
And what Marshall's saying is true. Like, I mean, they're teachers and they see it. And the thing is, and I've gone through the rabbit hole of all these damn pedals that I have behind me. I mean, that's why I was called the padded pedal room, because I'm crazy about pedals. But I mean, I've gone down the rabbit hole, and you know what I noticed is that I was playing so much to try and find tone and figure out this and this. Does this pedal work with this one? And what do I like and everything, that I wasn't recording my songs. And now that I said, the hell with it, and I'm just using this, I'm like, okay, I'm picking this as my platform right now. I'm putting this aside. This is just to play with when I have free time. I'm actually getting music done. I mean, look at the music. I put a lot of music out on my channel because I'm focusing on playing and not focusing on fiddling with all the pedals and stuff, you know? So if you keep it simple, you'll actually accomplish more, basically, because you'll actually play more, you know? And I think simple is good sometimes, you know?
Yes. And Jeff, that's the whole point, is I think one of the best decisions you could make, rather than getting some funky pedal with all this. Yes, you'd be manipulating it on a computer screen, but there is not much to it. The simplicity of it is remarkable.
Yeah, that's what I want, man. Yeah.
I mean, I just
want to be able to turn a few things on, click something on the PC, and just play. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Simple, fast. And then if I want to get another program that has a shit ton of effects to it or something like that I can add and supplement my tone with, that's fine too. Like maybe an online pedal board or something like that you guys would recommend to add to that neural thing and stuff like that. That way I have tone at my fingertips, delay, reverb, all that stuff. A program that does all that too, along with something that's very quick, simple, and boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Francis, read the private chat. But yeah.
Okay.
All this stuff is fun. Sometimes, but work is more fun. When the fun becomes work, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, because I noticed that I stopped enjoying sometimes because I'm just fiddling and fiddling and fiddling. Even Sean the bassist was saying that, because him too. He's like, I'm not getting anything done. I'm fiddling, placing this pedal here, trying this pedal, and it's like you go nuts, and it's like, oh, I need the next one, and I need the next one, and like you watch all these gear videos, and you're like, I need more, I need more, I need to get this one because this is the best, and there is no best. It's whatever workflow works for you, and if you want to accomplish music, then simple and less is more. That's the way to go, basically.
There's a shitload of stuff I could have gotten the past year that I would have wanted with the gas syndrome of guitar players and stuff, but I haven't bought a damn thing in over a year except for that, because the only reason I'm doing it is because of podcast. I've gotten a little bit better at guitar, and I needed something that would function as my new guitar skills come in, as my podcasting stuff that I do. You guys know what I do. Gets more amped up and stuff. I just wanted a piece of equipment that could do all that stuff in one shot. And now I'm wanting to get away from all this stuff, and I'll even sell it if I have to, and just do simplistic. That's basically where I want to eventually get to. Is I just watch Ola sit down. He hits one button, boom, boom, click, click, click. Got that, whang, he's chugging away. That's kind of what I want.
That Spark's supposed to be pretty good.
Want the Spark?
What do you say? You were saying this. You were saying the Spark. The Spark is basically, the Spark is the hardware version of what Preston's using, right? You're using the bias effects, right? So it's basically, he's got it all in the box. Basically, that's what it is.
Yeah. It's not the bias is not a Kemper, correct? Or it's not. It's not.
No.
not
No,
similar.
it's well. There's a part of a deep dive would be like if you bought their extended apps, like the bias amp, which allows you to change the power amp section and change the microphones and change the speaker type. Celestion got a contract with them, so you can buy Celestion IRs, and so I got the Celestion IRs. That's where most of the real good tones come from.
Yeah, I tune those, and they're awesome. They sound really good.
Changing an amp, changing a cabinet can really affect the tone, but I am kind of tired of V30s, so none of those.
And see, that's another part of the world with the bias or the spark or the neural DSP stuff, Jeff, that is so cool is being able to swap out a speaker cabinet.
Yeah, or change the speaker, just change the microphone.
Or change the mic
along the side of the amp.
And
so you can go from like a vintage 30 sound to a 12HT or TH12 or whatever they are.
G25, G12, 12 G65.
Welcome, Shane.
I guess.
We got Shane from In the Blues here. Welcome.
Hey, man.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, with software stuff. Also, there are several free guitar amp sim plugins available that are VSTs that are completely free. Ignite makes them. What's the other one? There's it's not Fort. There's a French type name. Somebody remember what that? But there are several different amp sims available for free and cab simulators. And I've tried them. I've tried most of them. Then I bought Neural DSP and I've never looked back. So I know I sound like a damn.
No, but it's because it's so good and it's so simple. I think and you know what? When Marshall recommends something, he's not wrong. I mean, he recommended me Easy Drummer 2. And I was using empty power drums, which it's okay. I mean, and it's free actually, empty power drums. But the quality, the sound quality and usability of Easy Drummer, it's actually very, very good. So
I mean, with that Yamaha THR10 was great. It sounded awesome. But not this.
Yeah.
That's closer to the Spark.
One of the things that one of the things that I like about the plugins here is that I don't have to turn Reaper on or have it running to be able to play through it.
Yeah.
And I think Guitar Rig and they're standalone plugins. Am I correct in that?
Well, yours came with a standalone. So I know that Contact has one with
G-Man says you're a salesman.
What's that?
G-Man
Complete
says you're a
Contact. Complete Control. Yeah, those are standalone. A standalone app that will load all VSTs.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, you can use them as a VST or just open it up on your desktop like I was doing tonight. Yeah. And they work the same. And Jeff, that's one of the cool things. Like having with it, it's literally you got an icon on your desk, you double click it and your guitar's plugged in and boom, you're going.
Yeah.
It's like turning the switch onto an amplifier, literally. Yeah. The simplicity.
I use that for drums. The Easy Drummer loads into Contact, and then I don't have to load Reaper. I can just
Yeah, and Easy Drummer works as a standalone plugin also, at least the version I have.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's one thing I liked when you gave it, because empty power drums, I have to use it within Reaper, but the Easy Drummer, I like that. Actually, before coming on here, I was just playing around with it, had a drum beat going, I was fooling around on the guitar, and it's really cool to do that. So to have the amp software to do that, also to not have to go into, let's say, your DAW, that's actually good, because if you want to just jam it out, you don't want to go into the software, wait for the software to load and everything. You just want to you open it up and just play, and it's easier that way for sure.
Yeah, and Jeff, that's another subject of conversation, and that is your what type of processing power that you have in your computer. I don't know.
He's got a good computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He kicks teenage butt on online games with that.
Oh, I don't know the first thing about any video game. Asteroid was probably the last video game I ever put my hands on. I can't stand those things.
Battlefield for hippie.
Yeah.
Pew pew.
Yeah. So
He's
so
a
it
camp
sounds like you
sniper.
got enough processing power to handle just about any type of software you could throw at your computer. So
You said you had 16 gigs of RAM on your computer, hippie? That's more than enough, I think.
he's awful quiet.
You are muted, sir.
Two.
Dumbass. I muted myself because I was typing over in chat. I didn't want to clickety everybody.
Oh yeah.
What was I saying?
Just talking about
16 gigs of RAM. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
RAM
16
makes
gigs
it
of RAM, GeForce 280 card, 16 gigs of RAM, i7. So,
Yeah, you're set.
3 years ago, what I had was top of the line. That's what I had, but now they're in the three. Now they're in the 3 series.
I got an i6, 6 processors, 16 gigs. I'm only using 12% of it.
Yeah. Yeah, when I'm gaming and stuff, I'm at like 22% or something like that. But I have all my stuff set on.
My video card is crap, but that's not what matters.
Yeah, I can run neural DSP plugins. They are processing hogs. Each instance of it when I'm running Reaper uses up about 5% of the overall processing power of my computer, and I have 32 gigs of RAM and an i5 processor. But the i5
you have an i5?
Yeah.
I have an i6.
Right.
Yeah.
But the processor I have supposedly is beating the i7s. So
yeah, my i6 is beating the
i5
is good, man. It's the
I mean, aside from my own mistakes when I'm messing with it, I've had zero issues, and I have some huge processing demands on some of the sessions that I run.
Yeah, my only problem with my computer has been the video card, and that's it. But that's I'm still using Windows 7, which is.
Oh wow!
Damn, bro.
Yeah. I hate Windows 10, man.
So do I. I wish I could.
As I can, but I'm almost ready to go. Well, I can't avoid it any longer. Everything's failing.
Yeah, that's the whole issue with why
yeah, drivers aren't coming out for anything, right?
Yeah.
My i7 took a shit, and I was like, "Screw it, man!" I went out and spent $1,500 on a computer. I was like, "Why?" But then I seen when I came home and got it all hooked up, and I'm like, "Now I know why."
I have to my laptop.
I lost all those past problems I had, man. I was like, "Yeah, cool."
I have zero interest in putting $200 on Windows 10.
What they want you to pay for it to upgrade to it? You can't get the free upload anymore?
Not this one. I got it on my laptop.
Bro, just go buy a new computer, man.
This is a really good computer.
I think Mark Tanner made a comment about that recently to me in a text because I was talking to him. I just updated I literally have had this thing for just a couple months at this point, but he was saying, keep your eyes peeled because this is a time of year that companies are updating their computers that they bought a year ago.
Yeah.
And you could fall into it for $50, something that smokes what you've got now.
Upstairs, I might have an OEM CD key of Windows 10. I'll just grab that and then strip that old computer parts. That will work.
Yeah. I'm not terribly tech savvy with regard to all the processing stuff in computers. I've spent my time learning to run software on computers that work really well.
I graduated computer programming. Most of the stuff I did was hardware, but that's what I like to do. So when somebody goes, "Hey, you got a Kemper?" I'm like, "Ooh, deep dive. Let me at it." What do you want? They ask it. I can get their sound pretty quick. But the deep dive is for me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can operate those systems pretty quick. For me, they're intuitive. I get they're tough for others.
Well, that's my next biggest purchase is another PC. One I'm just going to keep. One I'm going to keep for gaming, and then one I'm going to get for doing just music and stuff. So I have no idea which way I'm going.
Really, the best modelers are the ones that line up. You can buy the pedals, amp. Like you said, you get a couple amps, no worries, and then another few pedals for the loop, and a cabinet or whatever, a couple cabinets and some mics. The rest is you just messing with those, you know, and building on that one little piece at a time. That's kind of how I did it with this. You know, I played with the free version for a long time, and then I bought the pedals, and then I bought the amps, and then I bought the cabinets. You know, one little piece at a time, which worked. Yeah, they changed it. Bias effects too. $70 for the whole thing, and you can't buy them in little pieces now. Kind of pissed me off. But
yeah, Mark's running the hot rod over there, man. Mark's got like a Formula One PC over there compared to what
yeah. He's rocking. Probably got a few of them. Yes. Multitasking his computers like flying his the big spaceship. His cockpit. Pilot to bombardier.
Yeah,
coming in for landing.
I would love to have that. I would love to have something like that, but that's pretty much above my pay grade, man. Be running NASA satellites with that thing, man. What the hell?
That's probably the most important part of your rig. To be honest, if you're gonna be running a rig, you know, that's your most important piece, I would say, probably more than going for like, you know, different hardware components or whatever. As long as you have a good computer to run your
brain,
your show,
the operation.
Yeah, that's more important than anything. I mean, if you just run the basic, you know, the software like we were saying,
man.
That's all you need. But the computer is the most important part of your rig, basically, to be able to run your show and everything. So.
Yeah, I got a 5 terabyte external hard drive, all that stuff. So I'm able to store stuff wherever I please and whatnot. G-Man, welcome. And Brism, welcome. Yeah, those guys are just starting to wake up over in the UK and stuff.
Yeah, it's getting to be morning time.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go soon because I got to sleep a bit. I'm still tired from the other night.
I
had a hard time waking up this morning, man.
Did you guys talk about the goofballs that were on last night at all? Was that a subject already?
That was some shit.
That's something that's still being dealt with, and I imagine
we'll get. I'm sure it's going to start. It's not fully exploded. I think.
Yeah,
not yet, but we're ever vigilant, man. So I get emails from dummy. Why'd you do this? Why'd you do that?
Tell somebody don't be a dick, and they break into 7.
Yeah. I'm not saying. Now you got 7.
Yeah. Well, the Alaskan Mush Bucket said something on one of my channels.
Oh yeah, it was
on one of my
on Facebook. I read those.
Yeah, he gave me a nice compliment, and I responded by saying, "Hey, man, I don't know what's going on with you and the hippie show, but I got his back 100%. If there's a problem there, we're you know, I didn't get into specifics.
Yeah.
But then it came back with almost the Mark Tanner. Yeah,
the guy got attacked all night.
Copy and pasted the same message into my YouTube comment section.
Yeah.
Like,
it's the same. It's the same guy on multiple accounts, just emailing people with different emails and different names and stuff, man. If you get like 3 or 4 hateful emails, yeah. I have zero tolerance for drama. I mean, I don't care if the guy's even a legit guitar player or whatever. If he came from that crew or that clan or is involved in any way, click, don't care. Click, don't care. Well, they ripped me off. I don't care. You're involved in it.
Deal with it. Don't bring it here.
Don't bring it here, man.
Yeah, and I found it interesting that somebody else, and like you said, it's the same guy with multiple IDs, and that I kind of expected that because somebody else chimed in and said, "I heard what you did to my friend," and I'm like, "That was 10 seconds ago." Literally, the time couldn't happen that quickly. So, it's kind of nice to have that heads up about that sort of stuff. I've never experienced any type of harassment. And that was blatant harassment on my YouTube channel. And
Not on YouTube, I haven't. I have on Facebook, but that's kind of part and parcel with that thing,
Yeah, I got seven thumbs down. Can you imagine that?
7. I wonder how many of them were just one person.
Yeah, it was
exactly.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And there, what I'm curious about is being able to. I don't know what everybody else's experience has been on YouTube, but when I attempted to report them, because I wanted to report them as to YouTube's whatever authority computer they use, algorithm, whatever, I couldn't report them. I don't know why.
I reported a couple.
Go to their channel, and then you go to the About section, and then there's a flag down there, and you click on that flag, and it says, well, what has this person done, or is this person impersonating somebody? Is it sexual content? Is it child
harassment
or impersonation or whatever it is? And
it gives you 7 different things, and then once you click that,
harassment, he has to use impersonation, so it would link to the right account. He's got to do it himself. I don't want to be fucking involved in it. I just don't. Don't.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of the profiles that have already been canceled because I tried to find them again.
Yeah,
and they're gone now. They're canceled. They're out.
Exactly. And how can one person? Look, I sent you that picture where with this guy is this guy, supposedly the real guy. Then this guy is this guy, and then I got an email from another guy saying that he was the same guy. So there's 3 different people trying to be the same guy, same singer. I'm like, what
you got the link I sent you, right, Jeff, of him actually going live on another show a couple of days ago, but he didn't show his face. It was just a picture of him, and he was talking to the people who were running the show, which I think are part of it. He's talking to them, and you hear the voice is not the same. And then you hear him playing. He's pretending he's playing live. Yeah, I got my acoustic and my mic. Hold on a second. And you can hear he's playing it off a computer or a radio or whatever. He plays a snippet of the song, and then, it was good. And then okay, very good, and everything. And then, my camera's, they're like, can you play another song? Oh, my camera's going off. And he just pops off he must have had technical difficulties. So it's it's a scam. It's all a scam, man. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whether that's why I told you guys if anybody comes in claiming to be even remotely involved, fire at will. Boom. That's why as soon as the Bush guy came in, and I said, "Well, who's your favorite musher?" He came back.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, but
I don't know mushrooms. I typed in the name, and it's the first.
I googled it at the same time. Got the same exact
exactly. That's what I did, Preston.
It was the first.
But it's kind of like this entertaining stuff to talk about. Yeah. Whatever. Wow.
I mean, I stayed last night. It was so entertaining, man. I stayed the whole night. That's why I was dead this morning. I mean, I only slept 2 hours before going back to work. It was terrible, but I mean, it was really and you know what? The whole time I was in a private stream with Ian. We were discussing it. We were watching at the same time. We were keeping an eye on it, but we were discussing, me and Ian, the whole time. And then I had Preston and Mark talking to me on Facebook. And everything.
We're like, oh man. And then
exactly, dog paw. Exactly.
I mean, when somebody comes in,
hashtag.
If anybody ever comes in my chat while we're live, man, and it sounds drama, just right click invisible, boom.
Yeah.
Don't need to on it. Most of the people that are on in my feed or come to watch the show and watch you guys perform and stuff, they're all hip, slick, and cool. They know what's going on and stuff like that. And anybody that comes in that even remotely disrupts it or makes it sound like, why ain't you? Just boom, click them up, boom.
We don't know. Not a real person.
Mike's so confused. Mike, if you're confused, just go check the replay of yesterday's show, man.
It's quite all right, man.
Yeah. Just a couple of jokers, or one joker being 6 different jokers, whatever it was. It was
something like that.
It's weird.
Did you see I was chatting the whole night with that one person, the first one there that was in there? And I'm like, so you play guitar? Oh, yeah. What guitar do you have? Oh, I play Southern rock. Oh, what kind of guitar do you have? He tells me I have a Gibson C1. I look it up. I'm like, oh, that's a classical. You play classical guitar too? Yeah, in the truck. Oh, in the truck? Yeah, I'm in the truck right now. Oh, okay. So you're driving a truck and you're chatting the whole time.
He sent me an email last night saying he got into an accident and he was talking with the cops. His truck got hit.
Yeah, he mentioned cops. How many times did he mention cops and everything? And then it was ridiculous, man. Then he's like,
the guy that
I'm
sent
like,
me messages last night.
Yeah, because then he was at the truck stop. I'm like, so you're watching it at the truck stop? I hope you're being safe. Yeah, I pulled over at the truck stop. And he's like, yeah, I'm doing a delivery right now. Oh, so you're chatting while you're doing the delivery? Yeah, I'm just stopping to eat. So I'm like, well, what are you eating? I'm having ice cream. So you're having ice cream while driving and unloading a truck. And you just uploaded 2 videos on your channel because I was checking his channel. I'm like, wow, man, you're amazing. And I told him, I go, you must have a really good data package too, because if you're doing all this on your phone, it must be costing you a fortune. It's like, yeah, I got a good data package. It's like I couldn't believe everything. It was ridiculous, man.
Yes, that shit.
Yeah. It was really interesting for me, having been a part of the show for as long as I have, and to see something like that going down in such I've never experienced that before on your show, Jeff. I mean,
no, that's definitely a first here. Yeah, for sure.
I see
That's never happened before.
I suppose it was a little bit fun.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, Mark Tanner, he's the guy told Mark Tanner that he's got the Alaskan police going after him, and I remember
the Alaskan police.
That's right, the Alaskan police are going to go after Mark Tanner. I'm like, shit, man. You got
the email.
Yeah.
Here, let me see if I can make this bigger. See if you can you read that?
I can.
Now this is from the same guy you're talking about, Ian, because he changed his name. And
he changed it again? Okay.
Yeah, into Dead Soul.
Alaskan Musher.
That was like an OG Marbles or something like that. I don't know what that.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
He says he was OG Marbles, and he came in and wrote this to me last night and stuff.
I'm not sure exactly why I was blocked from your channel. I was having fun in your chat. I just had enough.
That's what he told me too.
Call the police. Yeah, no, it's such bullshit, man. It's unreal, man.
Yeah. I mean, why does this shit exist, man? Why does this shit exist?
I don't know, man. People don't have anything better to do.
When the mods had blackout glasses and coily earpieces.
But no joke, I think it's part of a farming, because I was like, when I was looking up, basically the stream that he was on, that I noticed, he was a moderator on there. I'm like, how is he a moderator? He just went on as a guest. He's a moderator, and everybody in that chat was a moderator. So I'm like, something's not right. And their stream went on for 12 hours, and they have like an ad running the whole time, and they're playing people's videos sort of like the way we do, but I think it's all scam shit like this, so that they see, oh, there's a guy coming and play from the US, there's a guy coming and play from here. And I think they're from the Philippines, because I saw a lot of the language they were saying, salamat, which means thank you in Philippine and whatever. And so I'm like, okay, so this is like maybe some sort of phone farm type of thing.
Like ad farming.
Yeah, ad farming, basically. Phone farm. That's basically what it is. And like, I mean, where does it come from? I don't know. But if it came to our community,
why would they come into a channel being so damn irate and be coming and coming
into it be a live feed, because you don't get direct commercials in a live feed. Those show up after it's uploaded.
I think they're trying to get people to go and sub and stuff, because some of the guys some of our people went to sub there. Like, I mean, I sent some emails to some of the guys and said,
yeah, of course.
I basically sent some emails to some of our friends that went to sub there and said, "Hey guys, you may want to be careful because you may want to, protect yourself." So
Just remind yourself, if it's drama, right
Kind of like
click,
that
invisible
Tyrannosaurus,
to your channel.
only one video now.
yeah,
Right.
but he's the guy who was in the video I'm telling you about. He's the guy who was supposed to be playing live. He
We
accepted
did
to
all
go
his
play
videos
live.
last night, right? I
Yeah.
woke up this morning and they're all gone except one video with just a text message saying I've been like ripped off. I'm like, well, then you should have used your face to tell us that.
And everybody I got an email from,
And your voice.
everybody that I got an email from that sent me a link to their channel was the same musical guitar country guy.
That's right.
Yeah.
3 different email names. Same guy.
Only
I mean,
one guy ever put a video out that's with his face saying my videos are being stolen, and those were the ones that were being stolen. Got it. All right. This guy's stealing them, and now those videos are gone, and now he's got a video saying the other guy's stealing his videos.
That's right.
But no face saying.
But what the funny thing is when
he's
they came
probably
in the,
skinny and bald. I don't know.
could
Or a
be.
woman.
When they came in the chat, first there was a thing about stealing the song and whatever, but then all of a sudden they started talking about how he's harassing my daughter or something, and
Yeah,
they changed the story. They changed the story.
No, that's done. We're done. That's it. Shut it down. That
Yeah.
guy, that's a dick. That's a dick thing to do, man. Don't
Yeah.
start pulling in somebody's mental health problems, man.
Yeah.
Like that thing. You don't get to do that.
No.
I just, nope. Out comes the sword.
Yeah,
Ian's
but
out there hammering everything.
Yes. Oh no, Ian got a lot of them, and if you would have heard the stream that me and Ian were having, like, it would have been I should have recorded it. You guys would have laughed at things.
I was like, oh, that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get offline with you all right at the moment.
Actually,
I've got some stuff I need to take care of tonight. So
thanks.
Hang, man.
thanks for having me, Jeff, Francis, and dude.
Preston.
Thanks for having me, y'all. Have a good night.
when I'm ready to hook up and get things rolling, man, I'll give you a buzz.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Jeff, if you need any help, you know how to reach me, and we live in the same country, so we can have a phone call if you'd like. I still talk on my phone.
I get you, man.
No,
No, Gary.
okay. I know I'm weird. Peace, y'all.
All right, later, Marshall. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna head out too, man, because it's 1 a.m. here, man. I gotta get ready for work and stuff.
Cool, Francis. Thanks for coming on, man.
No problem. Yeah, my pleasure, man. And just remember, man, keep it simple with the rig. You don't have to go complicated, man. That's
nothing.
Simple's my middle name, bro. I'm just like, no. That's why I ask a lot of questions to get. I try to get it dumbed down to the lowest common denominator, man.
Yeah.
Ask the right questions.
Yeah, you got to ask questions to get the answers, and then they may sound complicated, but it's like, hey, man, whatever. Now, if I do this, do that, do this, do that.
Better, G-Man.
Yeah, it's just all I'm figuring it all out, man. No, but I appreciate all the input you added to the show.
My pleasure. All right. Well, I'm gonna head out to bed too, then. So I'm gonna say bye
Get
to you
some
guys.
Get you back on.
It's too late now.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Snoring,
Yeah. All right. Take it easy.
Awesome, man.
Later.
Boom. Just me and you, bro, like old times, man.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we'll probably cut it off here, man. And
I figured.
Yeah.
Got to get your things set up, man.
Still got to set up the show.
Then start the guitar stuff.
I got to still set up I'll be up all night setting up my show, bro.
Yeah. Show first.
Yeah, man. Cool.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the invite. It was fun.
Oh, no problem, bro.
We had a good chat tonight.
Yeah, man. I hope everybody that watches it learns something interim, man, when they watch it. If they do watch it in a replay, man. Appreciate it, man.
You tell them, Mike. Off the lawn.
Mike.
All right. Peace.
Thanks, Preston, man. You're awesome, bro. Thanks.
See you later, guys.
Later, bro. And there was one. Here's what I really want to do right now. To end this broadcast, I would like to thank everybody that has contributed to this channel in the form of sponsorships or donations to my PayPal for the past few months that I've been doing the shows and stuff. All your contributions have been saved up, which allows me to buy equipment at this price range. I greatly appreciate it. A lot of that has gone back into the community as far as prizes, t-shirts, and whatnot, man. I'm glad to do it, man. But I couldn't have done it without you guys, man. There are three people that I like to thank, especially. One, because they went way above and beyond the Call of Duty when it came to donations and stuff. And they would be Brian from Oregon, 2 3/4 Jams, and Tim Roberts, yeah, for donating $100 bills to the Hippie Show, man. With donations like that, I was able to squirrel away some cash and buy these pieces of equipment. And I still have more stuff to come. I want to get monitors and a decent microphone and stuff. And I think that will up the quality of the audio for the show and stuff. And then the next stage is software and stuff. But I would not be able to do any of this stuff if it weren't for you guys who consistently donate on a regular basis, like Leo Metal Guy, Mark Tanner, Dwight Bailey, Mo, and Blackjack, and quite a few others, man. Anybody that's donated to this channel since I've been started, man, all that money has been squirreled away or given away. Part of it was given away as far as t-shirts and stuff. And I could not have done that without the help of you guys, man. This is a $600 piece of equipment. That money was saved up from your donations to help me better this show, bring your music across to the community in a much better audio, visual way and stuff. And you guys helped me with my StreamYard payments. You helped me with my t-shirt giveaways. You helped me buy new gear, and all that is not unsung, and I greatly appreciate it, man. So anybody that's ever donated to the Hippie Show, everything I get and I do is because of you, man. So I really appreciate that, man. Totally humbly. Doesn't matter if it was $10, $5, $50, or $100, man. I appreciate each and every one of you, man. And to end the show is this. This is what I got with your help and your donations to the channel. And I'm humbled by it. So, yeah, man. This is a Tascam Model 12 audio interface mixer. Due to the generosity of the people that donate to this channel. There's more gear to come. And you guys are totally hip, slick, and cool for taking to this show, doing what you do to help me out, and I greatly appreciate it. There are many people that I haven't announced and stuff, but just a few that I have, were Brian from Oregon, 2 3/4 Jams, and Tim Roberts, man. Without those three big hitters right there, that's what got me over the line, and now I can buy the things that I need for this show with a little bit of ease and less discomfort to the hippies' wallet, man. So when I say this show is grassroots supported, man, it is. It's supported by you. I do all this stuff for you because I care about you guys. And I want to get your music heard because you deserve it. So, yeah, man, you guys are awesome. Get a little misty out over here. That's why I wear sunglasses, so if I get a little wet in the eye sockets, man. You guys humble me. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad I'm able to do for you and you're able to do for me, and we all get along just fine, man. And I appreciate that, man. You guys are hip, slick, and cool, and it's only because of you that I'm able to do the things that I do. And I appreciate it, man. You guys are awesome. I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you for showing up. I hope it was informative. I hope you got some stuff out of it. Didn't really come here to show off or anything like that. I'm just letting you guys know that when we all work together and stuff, great things happen, man. When one little channel helps another little channel, big things happen, man. And this is the result of a lot of that, man. I hope I've been helpful to you because you've been helpful to me. And with that, I'm going to say peace and good night, man. You guys are awesome. Take care, man. Peace. Good night.